Okay, so now I will record this. So this is actually my experience back then when I worked for Chevron and Total Energy. So this is what I did before for them, for Total and also for Chevron. So 2007, Total hired me because they have a several accident, and they give me a job to decrease this accident from our side. And they challenged me to create a lifting management system. Before, I don't have any clue what is lifting management system. I just fresh graduate engineer, right? So I thought that as long as you have lifting plan, uh, you will be fine. But my leader before, Dave Taberner, teach me, no, it's not true. So if you have lifting plan, if you have a good person, and you you don't have any accident, basically it's not really like if you have a system. Maybe you just lucky. So the basic foundation for safe lifting operation is system. You have to create the system for your own company to make consistent, right? Consistent for the safety. So if you have a system, if you have a solid system, no matter what, like if you have someone to replace your job, the system running well. If not, everybody can bring their idea, their perspective, or maybe they don't have any idea and lucky, crane accident free. So when I joined with my MBA, I realized that lifting management system is part of Lean Six Sigma for the lifting operation. Why I said Lean Six Sigma? Because the lifting management system eliminate accident and also eliminate waste money that you have to spend for your lifting operation. So this is we will start. So the title is Optimizing Safety and Cost Efficiency by Implementing Lifting Management System. So that's why I said to you, lifting management system is part of Lean Six Sigma for the lifting operation. Why? Because Lean Six Sigma, we speak about cost efficiency, but optimizing safety. And this is what the lifting management system speak about. Okay. So this is the real case from my side. So this is my journey. I start 21 years ago in lifting industry. I start from Total Energy, sorry, British Petroleum, Total Energy, and Chevron. And this system create a zero fatality accident in Total and also in Chevron. And then I'm founder for Association of Lifting Expert of Republic of Indonesia. Currently, we have around 500 members. And I'm first woman as a subject matter expert lifting operation in my country. Currently, I'm founder of FDP Consulting, which, like I said to you before, I committed for entrepreneur and influencer for safe lifting operation in LinkedIn. Now I have more than 25,000 followers in my LinkedIn, and I start to new journey as an international speaker for lifting operation. So I graduate from civil engineering from Christian University Indonesia, MBA with high honor from Boston University, and I have my credential business from Harvard and my minor business from Purdue University, which is his business analyst. So that's why after this journey, I realized that my passion is education, health, and also business. So I stick with my current journey now. I achieved National Interest Waiver EB2 Green Card in June 2023 as this is rare immigration status underscores my advanced degree and exceptional skills in safe lifting operations. So this is also one of my reason I got my green card without sponsor from any company. So my sponsor is God and also myself. And I think that this is worth it for me to open my own company because no company sponsor me, right? So this is one of my my big why. So this is just like our journey as a engineering and business consultant for your consideration. So first, I wanna bring us to think about how many crane accident have we had in our organization for past few years. Like if you read my post few months ago, I think I post about the current accident here in Port Arthur and kill 3 people. Right? This is just simple actually. People standing below the suspended load. I think that because of this, because if you see the crowded on site, right? And then the next question is, how much money did you spend after the accident? So how many crane accident have we have, and then how much money we spend after the accident? Some company think about safety is just spend money, right? Do we agree about this? Safety is just spend money, but are you think about how much money you spend after the accident? So this is the question that I always ask to people. How many accident do you have and how much money do you spend? And then this is the accident that happened in my country recently. You see that the people come and see about this accident. And then we come up with the background of lifting management system is so safety issue, like at Paul said before about safety. So safety issue in safe lifting operation can severely affect organization and people. So from this lifting management system, you can see the correlation between safety, business, and also what I said, brand for your company. Sometimes people they don't think about brand. Brand it will bring impact to your stock market. So this is how important lifting management system is. So first, how do we measure whether our team is qualified and not only certified? We agree, yeah? Certified people is not guaranteed that they are qualified, right? We agree about that because this is also happened with me when I just graduate from my MBA. I have a very good certificate for business from Boston, from Harvard, from Purdue University, which is this is very good university in the US. But if you ask me, are you qualified for business? I'm not shy to say to you that no, I'm not qualified because I don't have any experience in business, right? So this is clear. No matter what your certification come from a very famous organization or not, is not guaranteed that you are qualified. And then how do we measure whether our equipment and contractor equipment are in good condition? We have our equipment, and how about our contractor equipment? They are good condition or not? So this is lifting management system will help you. And then how do we measure that we have qualified policy, procedure, and specification? So lifting management system speak about people, equipment, and policy. Okay. And then the next is a challenge for the lifting management system. This is real. When I work for Chevron and also Total, this is our challenge. This is my challenge. When I create lifting management system for them, this is my challenge. Lack of awareness. What is the lack of awareness? Well, lack of awareness is about this is a simple lack of knowledge and potentially has hazardous situation. This refers absence understanding of safety management system, and this is potential risk, yeah, that can lead to severe accident and injury. So this is lack of awareness is simple lack of knowledge. Okay, this is lack of knowledge. What is the meaning of lack of knowledge? Your people not understand what they are doing. Lack of awareness. This is the simple word is your people not understand what they are doing on site. Okay, it is talk about competency. This is talk about qualification. It's not only certification. And then lack of mindset. Lack of mindset is come from us management level. Um, when I work for Total and Chevron, I give it to them feedback what they are thinking about their management to employee, right? So I go to site and then I give them a questionnaire and I ask them, what are you thinking about your management? What are you thinking about your boss, your manager? And then 90% of them said that they don't think about safety. They cut the corner. They're only thinking about money. They push us to do this is unsafe. They know this is unsafe, but they said, no, 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 no. We talk about progress, we talk about production, so you have to do it. And people have to do it. So 90% people from site say like that. Lack of communication. This is poor communication between lifting personnel and other workers or with their manager. Sometimes they feel scared to talk to their manager. They're scared if they say something, if they say no, and then also, and after that the manager will fire them, right? So this is lack of communication. Or lack of communication is related to management conflict as well. How your people understand how to communicate, how to manage the conflict from supervisor to the crane operator, from supervisor with rigger, from crane operator with rigger. This is they have a lack of communication. So at the end, they don't say anything. They just like, okay, I will accept. This is real. And then lack of focus. Lack of focus is many of this lack of focus. Yeah. Uh, Health issue. This is also health of focus. Motivation. There is no motivation. Why no motivation? There is no career growth. Stuck. They feel stuck. Unclear goals from the management. So this is all of this make our employee become like not focused for their job. And after that equipment was very old, like more than 20 years, insufficient inspection and maintenance. If we speak about inspection and maintenance later on, we can try to deep down about what's the problem with inspection and maintenance. And also unavailable specific supporting lifting and rigging document, including policy, specification, and procedure. Many people, they don't understand why important company rules, why important procedure for the lifting. They rely on standard. Many people ask me about what is more important, company rules and standard. Which one we have to follow? Company rules or international standard? So I spoke to them, I explained to them, you have to follow company rules because international standard create for general use, like API or ISME. They create this is for general use. You can use this in Asia, you can use this in America, you can use this in Australia, everywhere. But company rules is dedicated for your company. When you create company rules, you think about your environment. You think about what you need because every environment is different. So that's why every company rules is different. You cannot just copy paste company rules from Aberdeen, for example, and you copy paste and you bring to Asia. Because if we talk about environment, is different. In Aberdeen, they it's normal for them face about 6 meters wave. or 8 meters wave. So of course they have a stringent for the policy, but not in Asia, because Asia, we don't have like a 6 meters, 8 meters wave. So we cannot copy paste about the company rules. But what we have now is someone posts about the company rules in LinkedIn, and somebody from outside just download this company rules and then bring to their company, which is this is not correct. This is not correct. You can use this as a referral, but not copy paste. And then high activity for lifting and rigging and lack of SME and lifting operation. I can say that lack of SME because I hate to speak like this, but this is the reality that we have now. So many people said that I'm SME, I'm a PLO, appointed person lifting operation, but when you ask them about the simple calculation, they don't know how to answer. I receive so many message from people. Can you help me to calculate this? Can you help me to calculate this? But their certificate is huge. They have a lot of certificate. What kind of certificate you need? You name it, they have, right? But I can say that lack of SME in lifting operation. So until this, maybe you wanna share something from your side. Feel free to share. Maybe Paul and David, if you wanna share something, feel free to share. Because now we just open discussion, yeah. You can share about your condition right now. Is there anything that you wanna share, Paul and David?
Maybe David want to share something, you know.
Because I know that David faced a lot of problem with this.
Well, you're on point. Very many people really don't understand calculations. And
Yes.
trust me, even here in Uganda, we've been looking for a appointed person. But even the guys whom we know that he has all the papers, you mention this paper, he gives it to you on the table. Trust me, you will ask them a question in regards to the calculations, and then you say, no, this guy is, yeah, he knows practical part of it, but the calculations from the lifting operations, zero. I think this is an area we need really to look at. Maybe in the next session, once you come in, you really need to teach people about calculations. Otherwise, we're still behind with the calculations. Thank you.
Yes. So you know why? This is from our industry. Uh, Actually, lifting operation is just support, right? Just support, business support for the construction. So that's why sometimes the company doesn't think about how to develop their people. So this is the mistake. It's different. Like for example, I know that Paul, for example, no, you working for oil and gas company. Also me, I'm working for oil and gas company before, which is a big company. Chevron, Total is big company, right? Also Paul, you working for this big company, and I believe that they not put effort or focus with lifting operation because this is not their core business. It's different for drilling, for example. So that's why we need to develop ourselves. We need to develop our people. Uh, like a construction people, construction job. Mostly accident is come from lifting operation. Mostly accident is come from lifting operation. So that's why we have to be careful with this. So now we go for the next slide is critical message for cost. Now we speak about cost. How much cost must be spent for lifting operation accident in our organization? How much cost must be spent for the lifting operation accident in our organization? We speak about cost now. This is a business. This is from the business perspective. Unseen financial burdens of crane accidents. Why lifting management system is important? So maybe like a David or Paul, if you want to speak about safe lifting operation, these four can be strong reason for you to speak to your management to save your people in lifting operation. First is maybe they never see unseen financial burdens, right? So first is direct cost. We have an indirect cost, we have opportunity cost, we have long-term financial impact. So that's why I speak in my LinkedIn. I spoke to people. This class is only for management level, for decision maker. This class is only for management level. So what is direct cost? Direct cost is medical expense. So if you have accident, this is the cost that you have to pay. People not think about this. People not think about this. Number one is direct cost. What is direct cost? Medical expense, of course. Compensation cost. Equipment repair or replacement. Emergency response cost. And the last, insurance. Once you have accident, your insurance cost will be up. The next year, your insurance cost will be up.
I would say it's the premium will be high.
Yeah, yeah. But nobody think about that. SSG manager, they're not thinking about that because because they are not study business. I know this when I study business. So insurance, your insurance will be double. When you have an accident, premium insurance skyrocket up. You have to think about that. Medical expense, compensation, equipment repair, emergency response cost, and insurance. And now we have indirect costs. Lost productivity, training and requirement, legal fee and settlement, regulatory compliance and audit, damage and reputation, administrative costs. This is indirect cost that you have to take it when you have accident. Yeah. And then there is opportunity cost. What is opportunity cost? The cost of delay project or opportunity lost due to the accident. So uh, there are big probability you will lose your project when you have a big accident because your client doesn't trust you anymore. And then the next is the loss of potential client due to the negative perception, right? So the cost of delay project or opportunity loss due to the accident. And then loss here is mean you don't get any profit. You don't get any profit anymore from your project because you have to spend a lot of money for direct cost and indirect cost. And then the second is lost potential client due to negative perception. And then after that, we have a long-term financial impact, lost future contract, and reduce competitiveness in bids for the future project. Let's say you destroy your brand, company brand, which is company brand is a tangible asset, yeah. Company brand you cannot buy with money because company brand is more about trust that you build. You cannot ask to the bank like, can I borrow money from the bank because I want to build brand. I want to bring back my company brand after accident. There is unlimited cost for this because you cannot pay your brand with your money. Brand is about trust. So once you have accident, your company brand will destroy. Not only your company brand, but also your personal brand will destroy. Your personal brand is more difficult, yeah, because you bring to everywhere, right? You bring to everywhere your personal brand. So I think that we agree with this, yeah. We agree with unseen financial problem of a crane accident. Why lifting management system is important. And then this is the value. The value, we talk about the value first. So the value, if you have a solid system for your client, so of course, safety compliance, accident prevention, operational efficiency, cost reduction, asset management, data-driven insight, personal development, improve integrity of your equipment, qualified procedure, not procedure anymore, but qualified procedure, and then the last is customer satisfaction. This is very important for you, David, because you run your own company. At the end, all the company owner think about customer satisfaction, right? Customer satisfaction. So safety compliance, accident prevention, operational efficiency, of course, cost reduction, of course, because you eliminate the unseen financial problem before. Asset management, yes, of course, this is good for you, Paul. Asset management, operational efficiency, accident safety compliance, this is from you, Paul. Asset management, it's easy for you to monitoring lifting equipment condition for from your side. Data driven insight also is very important for Paul, because you have a solid database. So if something happen, you have your data, because so your team not say I think or maybe no more, because now you have a data driven insight. You wanna say something, Paul?
No, I'm no.
Yeah, and then personal development and improve integrity equipment. Improve integrity equipment is important for us, for Paul, and also for David, especially for David, because you run your inspection company. Okay, your inspection company. And then after that, this is remember, I just want to say to us, lifting management system is important because it ensures safety, compliance, efficiency, and also cost effectiveness in lifting operation. It protect asset, reduce risk, and contribute to overall operational excellence, making it a critical aspect of various industry. Okay. So now this is the definition and concept of lifting management system. First is say what you do what you say, and record what you did. This is what I did for Total before to create and implemented lifting management system for them. So this is about procedure. So in procedure, we have to say what we do. We have to write, right? We have to write down. This is a document, policy, and the procedure. And after that, do what you say. We have a lot of document, the procedure, but we never do this. We always happy with exception. We always happy to break the rules. So your procedure is just sit down on your library, company library, because you never do it. And then record what you did. This is about documentation. Documentation is very important because documentation or data will speak a lot. Okay. I found that many company also before, when I work with my previous company, when I have when I run for audit, they don't have a very good documentation. So we have to remember, say what you do, write down through procedure. Do what you say. You have to do it according with your procedure, and then after that you have to record. This is for the procedure. And then for the organization, clear roles and responsibility. And then what is definition competent person you need? You have to create the parameter about competent people. How, what is the regulation? What is the standard? You said that people competent in your organization. And then to make it them competent, what you have to do. Many company, they send people for the training. They send people for the training, but at the end, that people not use their training in our organization. Also with Total before, we spend a lot of money for training. We spend a lot of training. We spend a lot of money for training, but at the end, that people not come back and implemented their knowledge, because they don't use the certificate. So we have to know this position, this is the rules, the position, and what is the responsibility, and what kind of training they need. So we not spend money for people that they don't use this certificate. Okay, especially for you, David, you have to understand like roles, responsibility, and then what training that they need to make them competent. This is will save a lot of money from you for your company. So you have to decide that. You have to know that what the roles, responsibility, and then what the certificate that they need. And after that, fit for purpose equipment. Fit for purpose equipment is about the inspection. 6 monthly, yearly, or quarterly. It depend on how often you use this equipment. Okay, fit for use equipment. And also for the maintenance, later on we speak about maintenance, yeah, preventive, corrective. There are so many. So this is the main component of lifting management system, like we said before, like documentation, lifting management system, DMS. This is all lifting activity must be truly documented, including lifting plan. So you have to tell to your people what document. Sorry, this is a too fast. So what document that they need to document it. Okay. So this is like all lifting activity must be truly documented. Lifting plan, risk assessment, equipment certification, lifting team certificate, maintenance and inspection report. This is vital for easy audit and post-operation evaluation. So all of this document, you have to document it properly. And training and personal competency, okay? Equipment inspection and maintenance, all of this. And when first time I start to develop lifting management system for Total and also for Chevron, and currently lifting management system they still use, yeah, for Total. For equipment inspection and maintenance, they don't have before back then 2007 in my country, they don't have a very good documentation, especially crane logbook. Let's say they don't have a crane logbook on the cabin. People say that, what is this crane logbook? This is just wasting time for me. But crane logbook is very important because through crane logbook, you know very well how many hours this crane use, who is the crane operator, what they lifted, uh, load, how many load, type of load. So this is mentioned in crane logbook. Okay, and then now this documentation, yeah, compliance with legal and regulatory requirement. If we talk about compliance, I believe that safety is they understand very well compliance. We always say about compliance. Compliance with what compliance? Of course, with legal and regulatory, right? So this with documentation management system help maintain record of inspection, certification, and operator qualification and equipment maintenance. A big company before back then 2007, we don't have a proper documentation management system. We don't have this. Why this is important for audit readiness, yeah? And after that, ensuring safety and reducing risk. What is this? Why this is important? This is a safety protocols documentation. Store your lifting plan, risk assessment, safety checklist. Store all of this. Why? Because this is very important to reduce risk. You can analyze what type of lifting operation common in your site from data, from document that you have. Okay. If you don't have this, it is very difficult. If someone asks you like during 1 year period, what kind of lifting that you have mostly? How many times heavy lifting happen with your organization? How many times simple lift in your organization? How many times complicated lift in your operation? Blind lift in your operation? If you don't have documentation for this, it is very difficult for you to get the information, to get the data. And then risk assessment, also accident or potential accident and error in lifting operation. It is very important for you to analyze what type of risk most happen in your organization. What type of risk? Is it because incompetent person or lack of awareness or lack of mindset? What type of risk? And this is very important for accident investigation and reporting. Okay. And after the centralized record and keeping for lifting team competency is many times before also, like I asked to site team, I asked to them, how many crane operator we have with uh, uh, capacity crane for more than 100 tons? And we don't have this. And I asked to them like, how many crane operator we have with experience more than 5 years? How many rigger we have with the experience of 5 years? They don't have. Why we need this? So we can grouping our team become who is dedicated for simple lift, who is dedicated for heavy lift, who is dedicated for complex lift. Complex lift, we said that complex lift is not because of heavy, because of obstruction. Sometimes it's only like 100 tons, not heavy, but it's complicated. Limited space, environment, dynamic factor is high. So we know exactly who is dedicated person for this type of lifting operation. So that's why we need to centralize record uh, for lifting team competency. And also, sometimes I ask to a trainer department, next month, how many crane operator expired for their license? And they don't have the valid record for this. So if we have this is become automatic reminder. We don't need to tell them or to email them, but will become automatic reminder. And this is very important to keep your people qualified and certified. You can see how many years experience from all, and then as a manager or as a SME, you can easily to appointed them for certain job. Okay. And then maintenance and equipment life cycle management, schedule inspection and maintenance, equipment history and tracking. You have to build this database. How many equipment do you have? How many cycle do you have? How many wire rope sling do you have? How many turnbuckle do you have? At the end, how many total equipment do you have? How many equipment reject every 6 months? When your team come to site and doing some inspection, how many equipment? From this information, you know very well how much you spend every 6 months for repair and replace your equipment. And you can see the characteristic. This month is you can see the curve, you can see the diagram. It will be up or down. Up, I mean 6 months rejection 100. The next 6 months rejection equipment become 300. Why? And you can see from your database also how many times you have a heavy lifting, how many times you have a complex lifting, and at the end you can see why you have to spend so many costs for replace and repair. Maybe your team not proper for storage, or maybe your team not proper for using. Why you spend so much money for your equipment? Why you have to repair your equipment quite often? Why you have to replace your equipment quite often? There is problem from storage, or maybe your logistic people not understand how to storage your equipment, or maybe your rigger not understand how to use your equipment properly, or maybe your inspector not understand how to inspect or to identify, or maybe your inspector did wrong for inspection, or maybe your maintenance people not doing well for maintenance, or maybe your maintenance people, they don't have preventive maintenance, predictive maintenance, and corrective maintenance. And you can see how much you spend. And after that, you can eliminate the cost, and at the end, cost efficiency for your equipment. So this is very important information and data. So you have to build up this. And then this is a current and approval document. Like before, we know exactly, right? Lifting plan, there is someone prepare, there is someone review, there is someone approve, right? You have to understand how many days or how many weeks someone need to prepare your equipment. And after that, when they submit to review, this is how many days people need for review this, and then approval. So you can see the time from prepare until approve, how many weeks you need. Is it make sense or not? So from this current and approval document, you can see this. Because sometimes you can be automatically this, and at the end you can see like a change management, the track for the document change, lifting plan, change document, management of change. Okay, and after that you can make more simple process for your approval process also, and improve efficiency and productivity. This is like a quick access, yeah, quick access for critical document, workflow for automation. Sometimes we spend so many, oh, okay, for also for this, like inspection. When you have all of this, improve efficiency and productivity, this is include with, let's say before with Total and Chevron, we have more than 10,000 equipment on site. 10,000 equipment on site. This is spread out from various fields, onshore, offshore, inshore, 10,000 equipment, and they are mobile. And inspector, it is very difficult to catch them because to perform inspection, because this mobilization for the equipment is very fast. How we know that all of our equipment inspected properly? And how many months we need to finish this inspection process? How many months, how many weeks we need to finish this inspection process? And this is very important because this is related with the cost or budget that we spend for our inspector. Is it make sense with 10,000 equipment, we spend more than 6 months inspection? And we can see the trend. From first 6 months, we spend, let's say, 7 months. Why? We analyze. The next 6 months, we spend only 4 months. Why? The next, we spend 6 months. It's why. And at the end, we can see the trend, how many inspector we need to inspect our equipment. Cost efficiency. It become cost efficiency. Also, like David, you can see like this, like, is it make sense your team go to site, stay there for 1 week? What they're doing? You can see the trend when you have a solid data. Okay. Also, Paul, also you can, if you have this the information, it's very easy for you. Streamline operational and efficiency. This is of course, yeah, streamline, efficient access to information, collaboration. Sometimes I know like lifting operation is collaboration between several department, uh, construction, drilling, marine, field, logistic, safety. We collaborate. How we communicate each other without lack of communication. How we communicate each other to get this is operational efficiency. This is from automation. From automation. So this is what I analyzed before with a Total and Chevron. And at the end, this comes with the risk management and mitigation. It's very easy and continuous monitoring. It's easy for us to monitoring. It's very easy for us to monitoring. Okay. Incident documentation. This is of course we have to uh, preparing database also for incident documentation. Why? We learn. This is lesson learning, yeah, lesson learning for our team. Cost efficiency and reduce downtime. At the end, optimizing asset utilization. Data is very important. Data is very important for us. Now we cannot say like if someone like before, I asked to our inspector, to our field team, I asked to them, so can you tell me how many weeks our inspector need to inspect this equipment on your site? And then people from site said, I think 2 weeks. No, no, no. I cannot say I think. I need the solid information. How many weeks they need? How many weeks they need? Like this. Okay. So now we talk about why are policy and procedure important. I can say that many of us, they don't understand about the procedure. They don't understand why this is important. Like last week, I have my client in my country, big company, a big company. So my job is inspection, doing semi-annual inspection and also certification. So I come to them and I ask, do you have lifting equipment inspection procedure that I can follow? And then this big client said, no, I don't have. Because lifting operation is not their core business. I asked them, do you have lifting equipment inspection procedure that I can follow? Do you have a crane maintenance procedure? Because I need this. I need this procedure for to prepare a certificate for your equipment, for your crane. You have a lot of crane, overhead crane. So I need your crane maintenance procedure. So I know exactly how you prepare, uh, how you make a schedule for your maintenance for your equipment. And they don't have also. And I ask again, so I want to ask you, if you have to do some repair for your equipment, do you have a repair procedure? And they said easily, we just follow manufacturer. I mean, like crane repair procedure will explain to you about minor and major repair. Minor and major repair. When you have to perform minor and when you have to perform minor, major and minor, and what is documentation you need for this job, and who will responsible for this job. Crane repair procedure. I did this. I create this for Chevron before, crane repair procedure. Why? Because sometimes when they found something defect, so crane inspector come to site. They did the inspection. And after this inspection report, they will submit to maintenance people. And maintenance people will execute all of this to close all the finding. So we have a minor and major repair. And they don't have the guideline. They don't have the procedure. They just do it, repair. They don't have a crane repair procedure. And I create this for Chevron. I classify minor and major. What is minor repair? What is major repair? What is documentation that we have to prepare for the minor, for the major, certification for people. So we know exactly. We have the standard for this. And competency procedure. I ask also to my client, do you have a competency procedure? What do you mean with competency procedure? Yes, this is very important because competency procedure is like I mentioned before, rules, responsible, and then certification that they need. Competency procedure. How you set that qualified rigger. How you set that qualified crane operator. How you said that your person becomes subject matter expert. How you said that the SSG people is qualified. You have to write down this with personnel competency procedure. If not, you don't have parameter. You don't have a standard to make to say that your people competent. Okay. And then this is all the lifting operation. So can you imagine like they said to me, we don't have lifting equipment inspection checklist. We don't have. You can bring your own lifting equipment inspection procedure and checklist. And I said to them, okay, but I have lifting equipment inspection procedure and also checklist. I am happy to bring my procedure for you because you are my client. But if one day you change your company, you change inspection company, and they bring their own again. And after you change again, and they bring their own again. And at the end, you don't have parameter. You don't have standardization. What kind of inspection that you need? Qualification. You don't have this because every company can bring their procedure and their inspection checklist to you. This makes sense? So it makes sense,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Correct.
So now me, I'm inspection company. David, you are inspection company, right? And Paul, you don't have your inspection checklist. You are the client. You don't have inspection checklist. And 6 months for 1 year, I'm the winner. So I can bring my own to you. You are happy. I can bring. Okay. And then the next years, David, the winner. And David can bring his own procedure and checklist. And Paul, you are as a client, you don't have a parameter for this. So sometimes the people, they never think about that. Of course, my procedure, my checklist is different with David, right? My
Correct.
competency people is different with David people. So you have to build your own. How qualified people working with your organization, including your contractor, including your contractor. So when I come to you and you can say, Dian, you wanna work with us? Yes. Okay. So this is our procedure. You have to follow this. You wanna do some inspection job here? So I need your people. This. Otherwise, everybody can bring their standard to you. Okay. So this is okay. This summary from previous one, and then the others. The next is people. I know that this is just a very simple organization chart that I create for Total before. So lifting operation organization chart. So basically, this is the title that involved in lifting operation. Senior management, that person involved in lifting operation. Okay, even though they are not the title with the lifting operation, but senior management involved in lifting operation. CPLO, the Chevron mentioned CPLO, no, sorry, total CPLO, Chevron SME, Middle East APLO, appointed person lifting operation, Chevron subject matter expert, Exxon, Shell, technical authority. Yeah,
Sorry, sorry to cut you off. What is CPLO?
CPLO is competent person lifting operation. This is a
Oh,
terminology using by Total.
all right. Okay.
Chevron SME, subject matter expert. Exxon and Shell, technical authority. Middle East, appointed person lifting operation. So this is the top, on the top. And then below, they have a site lifting specialist or SLS or loading master for logistic, yeah. And performing authority, this is a crane operator, rigger, inspector here, lifting team. And also we have a sorry, support team, inspector from outside, maintenance, operating permitting authority, this is a safety. So that position, uh, working with lifting operation, including safety, yeah, including safety. So now let's break down all of this. Senior management, actually senior management is like if you don't have a senior management who really concerned about safety operation, no matter what the procedure or system that you have is not working. So we need commitment from our senior management. This is very important. Okay. So senior management is responsible for approving high hazard potential activities. So when I work for the lifting management system before, I asked to my senior management to become a PIC, person in charge also for this. Why? Because they will be approval. All high hazard potential activities approval is goes to them. Why? So they know exactly. They know very well how big our risk for this job. If we are not invite them to involve, they don't know. They don't know. They never know about this. So I start to involve them. I ask them, you have to approve our lifting plan for high hazard potential activity. So you know very well. So you not only speak about cost efficiency, cut the corner, you push us to working very well on site because you never stay on site, so you don't know the hazard. But when you sign up the document and approve, you start to think about because you are on risk also. And after that, I feel like, okay, now my job a little bit not too heavy because my senior management know very well about hazard on site. And then ensuring compliance is under their hands, compliance, because there will sign approval for the budget as well, right? If we talk about compliance, so we talk about budget, no? So if our senior management not concerned about that, there is no compliance about this. Okay. And then also they support providing necessary resource, yeah, like if we asking for the training, if we asking for financial support, so senior management will be approval for this. Okay. This okay. And then safety first culture. Safety first culture is about the management level, no? If you don't have management level with a safety first culture, I believe that no no way for you to implement it lifting management system, because lifting management system is about the safety first culture. And the monitoring KPI, I asking also to monitoring KPI, accident rate, equipment failures rate, operational delay. With all of data that we speak before, we exactly know accident rate, equipment failures rate, operational delay, and also how to improve, how to improve. Okay, and then senior management roles is crucial for when we have accidents, so senior management roles is very crucial because they lead the investigation. So this senior management, and also senior management responsible to approve the policy. Yeah? So policy rules must be go to management senior. And also senior management responsible for aligning lifting operation with broader organization strategy. Like I said to you before, cross function department. After that, subject matter expert or technical authority or CPLO, what their job? Is it important for company have their own SME? Is it important for company have their own SME?
Yeah, yeah.
How about you, David? Is it important to have, but not all company have their own SME.
Sorry,
Do
what
you,
was that?
not all company have their own SME for the lifting operation.
Correct. Yes, correct.
But let me just give you a little bit of a highlight, like on the project where I am right now.
Mhm.
The main contractor is Total ENP,
Okay.
and then the subcontractor is Macadamot. Of course, you've heard about it,
Mhm.
MDR. And then I also have Sinopec. It's a Chinese company. So
Mhm.
those are the companies I'm working with. So we have all these roles, the way you've been trying to dispute them. We have all those titles, and the guys are here.
Okay.
So
So
you work.
all of them have, yeah.
Yes, we have
Right.
them all.
Yeah. So this is
Yeah.
senior management is very commitment. And so I think that your main contractor is sorry, your client is Total. So I think that you familiar with lifting management system, right? From Total.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
because
Yes.
they
Yes.
implemented this in their organization, lifting management system, and also now Chevron they implemented this because the lifting management system is very important for the big organization. So subject
Mm,
matter expert, CPLO or technical authority.
mm,
It's very sad now in our industry. It's very easy to say that I'm
mm.
SME, I'm SME, I'm SME. It's very easy to get SME title now. Back then, my previous time before many years ago, it is very difficult to get SME title. Right, David? It's very difficult to get SME title.
It is true.
Is it require you to go to site for many hours on site? But now, uh, previously, my time, yeah, SME is not about certificate. SME is about experience. So SME is a title that your company give it to you. But now SME is the title what is certificate give it to you. Do you see the difference, David? Do you see the difference? No, no, you are mute, so you have to unmute.
Repeat the last one.
Do you see the difference? Previously, I got my SME not because certificate, because my
Mm,
experience, and then Chevron give me promotion become SME because of my working hours, my reward from Chevron, honor award
mm,
from Chevron, cost efficiency that I can bring to Chevron, successfully project.
mm,
It's not only about safety, but also about uh, efficiency, productivity, kind of big picture, right?
mm,
So when
mm,
Chevron satisfied with my job, they gave me promotion as subject matter expert. Okay, they give me promotion as a subject matter expert. But now, subject matter expert you can get from certificate. There are so many training provider provide APLO, APLO certification. SME certification, which is this is not like that. SME or appointed person lifting operation or technical authority is a position that your company give it to you because you're working very well. How you hire people with SME, but they're never working with you, right? Does it make sense?
No.
So I get my SME position after many years working. But now there are some training provider can create subject matter expert certification, and when you get the certificate and you can apply to the company and say that I am the SME, I am the IPLO. But before, with my experience, not like that. Chevron hired me as a lifting engineer, and after that, by the time they satisfied with my job, and they promote me as a subject matter expert, not because I'm certified as a subject matter expert, because I'm qualified as a subject matter expert. Why? I bring a lot of value for Chevron. I create a lot of company rules. I create a system for them. I save money for them. I enhance the safety protocol for them. Uh, Productivity good, production good, safety good, save money. Because of that, they call me subject matter expert. This makes sense, yeah? So now I tell you about
It does.
So now I tell you about subject matter expert. What is this? This is technical expertise and guidance. So it's not about certificate. It's about experience. It's about qualification. Why? Because also they have to run risk assessment and hazard identification. They have to planning lifting operation. They have to run the system. They have to create the system. Verify that equipment has been inspected, maintained, and certified. Develop and delivering coaching program. So SME have to be coaching. They have to be trainer also for internal. Develop and deliver coaching program. They have to create the competency program for their company. Ensure the lifting operation comply with relevant legal, industry, and organizational safety standard. And also for complex and high risk lift, SME may supervise directly on site. I did many times this. And also SME also create crucial rules for investigating RCA. So SME have to understand how to run RCA. It's not only technical side. Review lifting plan, work closely with engineering, give advice for engineer, drive improving lifting operation by research and implementing the last lifting technology for cost efficiency, run Lean Six Sigma for your organization, become a contract owner for your lifting operation. There are so many. Also create ongoing training program um, for maintain and improve competency. So this is for the SME. So I can say that SME is focal point for the lifting operation on your company. So it's not only about certificate, but it's all about leadership. SME, they have to, this is mandatory for the leadership, management conflict. So as SME, you have to build your technical skill and also soft skill. Is not only technical skill but also soft skill. So I can say that many SME now, they only think about technical skill but not really have what I said, soft skill. So, and after that, we have also loading master or site lifting specialist, or I can say that this is lifting supervisor. This is I have a lot of bullet point here, but I think that this is summarized is appointed person on site. So SME basically they're working at office, but site lifting specialist or loading master or lifting supervisor, dedicated person uh, from field, right? So this is day-to-day operation, right hand of subject matter expert. So subject matter expert preparing and execute by loading master or lifting supervisor or SLS or lifting superintendent, whatever the name. This is like right hands of SME. And after that, here we have operating authority. Operating authority is the owner, the site owner. The site owner is responsible for safely permitting all handling and lifting operation. When required, they can call CPLO or SME, come to site. Hey, you have to come to site and you have to advise or assist this lifting operation. This is the site owner, operating authority. So actually for simple lift, operating authority become approval. They will approve lifting plan. So so who prepare lifting plan? Prepare lifting plan is executor, the owner of the project. They will prepare the lifting plan. SME basically they review the lifting plan and then operating authority approve the lifting plan. So operating authority will approve the lifting plan. And then the next question that people often ask me, is it important to prepare lifting plan for simple lift? Let's say I just lift cargo. This is simple. Is it important for us to prepare lifting plan? Um, I think that we agree, yeah. Mostly accident for lifting come from simple lift.
Right.
Agree, right? So
Yeah,
mostly,
mostly,
yeah,
oh, sorry.
yeah. Go ahead,
Mostly
Paul.
mostly it will be on during the routine lifting operations
Yes,
because it's repeated,
yes,
activities. So people with more complacency, so they want to take shortcuts.
yes,
They want to complete as quickly as they can.
yes,
So for them, it's used to be, as a normal practice, normal operations.
yes. So we classify two, routine and non-routine. Routine include simple lift, daily
Yeah.
activity, and non-routine, heavy lift, complex lift. This is non-routine. So for
Yeah.
non-routine job, I can say that accident mm, maybe very few, but non-routine and sorry, routine is a lot. So people ask me like, is it important for us to prepare lifting plan for my routine job? And I say yes. And they complain with me and they said, why I have to prepare lifting plan for my routine job? Is it normal job? I did many times. I did this is more than 100 times already. So I say to them, when you think about that, when you think about I did this many times, so you already lack of awareness. You already lack of focus because you think that you are expert for this. When you have that lack of awareness, lack of focus, so probability for accident will be high. So lifting plan, you have to prepare lifting plan, but what type of lifting plan you have to prepare is different. Compare then uh, compare then heavy lift. Heavy lift maybe you have to prepare detail, but lifting plan you can prepare template lifting plan for your routine job. But you can analyze and review during toolbox meeting. If there is a change, you can review during toolbox meeting. So it is important for SME to prepare uh, routine template lifting plan because this is important. Okay, so who will prepare this for all of this? SME can be prepare this for the lifting plan. Do you wanna say something, Paul?
Sorry, for us, I mean, for routine lifting plan, I mean, routine operations, normally it will be appointed person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so no need for approval from the client.
Yeah.
We call it a category one. If it will fall to category two or category three, means it's a complex lifting operations. Again, it will be prepared by appointed person. However, this time will be required an approval from the client. I mean, from our side.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
normal
It is.
normal lifting operations, routine one is not required.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So before with Chevron, Chevron is a client, right? And then many contractor working with Chevron. So for the routine, so for example, um, contractor from Chevron come and working at Chevron premises. So any kind of lifting operation that happen in Chevron premises, this is must be knowledge from Chevron. So for example, like routine job, routine activity by our contractor before, they have to prepare the list what kind of routine job they have to perform in our premises, and then SME review all of this, and then
yeah,
make a comment if need, and after that make approval for
correct.
this. So this is what we have before. But if we have like a heavy lifting operation, uh, our contractor must prepare detail,
Yeah,
and then our SME, Chevron SME review, and then senior management from Chevron have to approve,
correct.
because our senior management, they have to understand how big the risk for this
Yeah,
operation. So uh, and also our contractor, they have to use our template, Chevron template before for the routine leave also. So we give it to them. This is our routine leave. You have to use
Hello,
it.
hello, hello.
Yes, yes, David.
Uh, yes, I want to leave office. I think I'll be traveling. My video will be off, but I'll be online.
Okay.
So I'm
drive
leaving
Yes.
the
safe.
office.
Drive
Where
safe.
gonna
Yeah,
go?
I'm going back to the camp.
Okay. You have to
all
go in.
right.
How many hours this?
And now me, I'll be online. I'll be listening.
Okay. Very,
Take
very.
care. Take care.
Take
Yeah.
care, David.
Yes, I'm online, but I'm online.
Yeah. Take care,
Thank you.
David. So
Okay, sir.
this is what we have before. So we cannot give it to our contractor any what I said. You can bring your own template to us. You can bring your own procedure to us. When they're working with us, they have to use our template. So that's why I said to you before, document is very important. We have to create our
Yeah,
template, and they have to use it, because otherwise everybody can bring their own template to us, right? How many contractor working with us?
exactly.
How many contractor working with
Exactly.
us, right? So that's why it's very
Yeah.
important. It's very important for us to create our own and then deliver to them.
Yeah,
This.
I just want to add also, I mean, improper documentation as well could lead to, an incident that may be resulted to, fatality.
Mhm,
I mean, it will affect company's reputation. It depends on
mhm,
the severity or consequence of the incident.
mhm,
Because sometimes if I fully agree with you, because let's say if I'm a contractor, then I will bring my own, my documented information, then I will just write here, then nobody will review, nobody will, check, nobody will verify. Then
mhm.
it will, most likely result into, I mean, it could lead to an incident or maybe
Yes,
fatality as well.
yes. But
Yeah.
but but many company like that. Even Chevron
Why?
before like that. And
Ah,
even
this is
Chevron
mine.
before like that. So
Don't have yours now.
it's very surprised me when I did the lifting management system. I create and I implemented with
Ay,
Total, and
close.
they are happy.
O
They are
nagalaw.
happy, and then
Ako,
and
ako
then
to wait
they
kayo.
and then they uh, they they are happy, and then Chevron noticed this, and Chevron invite me to join with them. First time I joined with Chevron in my country, yeah,
Yeah.
I know that inspection company come, they bring their own inspection checklist. They bring their own procedure. And I asked,
Yes.
do we have our own procedure? And then Chevron representative before said to me like, it's the same, no? They copy paste from international standards, so we can, yeah, but this has happened, you know? So that's why I feel like, okay, it's really like, it's quite mess before. So that's why I feel like not all company have. But I know that. I know this. You know why? Because Chevron not concerned with lifting operation. Chevron is not the construction company. Chevron is a oil and gas company, which is their main focus for drilling, right? So lifting operation is a small part of their business. So what happened here? Lack of awareness and lack of focus. So if a procedure for drilling, oh, of course they have in detail because
Yeah.
the drilling is their business process, right? Their main core, but not for the lifting operation. No, there
Yeah,
are
but that's the purpose why they will, why they will hire, I mean, a contractor
mm,
to run that particular operations. So that contractor, they should have, I mean, they should have competent people to run the business, to run the operation safely, effectively, smoothly. So they should have their own, I mean, documented information, either maintained or in documents, that will be in line with Chevron technical procedure or
mm,
specifications, I mean.
mm. But the problem also, before I asked to Chevron also, when I just joined with them, okay, now tell me about competency. If you rely on your contractor, so now tell me, how qualified people working with us? Do you have the parameter for this? And then they said, we're just simple. When we hire people, we tell them we need this. Okay, but this is not write down in documentation on in policy, no. So if one day you get retired and someone replace your job, so the regulation will change. So
Yeah,
that's why
right.
it's very important. There's no problem. Like we rely on our contractor, but we have to understand how qualified our contractor working with us. We have to write down in policy. So we just give it to them. So first time when I working with Chevron, I start to prepare a lot of documentation for them for lifting operation, company rules, inspection procedure, maintenance procedure, repair procedure, competency people, lifting equipment checklist, maintenance checklist, all. So this is very, very important. Sometimes people think like, this is just administrative job. No, this is not administrative job. This is the system that you build for your company. Because when
Correct.
you don't have this, uh, you cannot argue with your contractor because at the end your contractor will ask you like, do you have documentation? You have a procedure that I can follow, right? So now we we continue. The next is performing authority. Performing authority is about executing lifting operation, ensuring compliance with the lifting plan, pre-lift preparation. So this is a someone um, execute the job, yeah, performing and also safety guy. So um, if we don't have a good performing authority team, So I think that performing an operating authority, so safe lifting operation is just lucky. So if we don't have lifting management system, so our safe lifting operation is all about lucky. We are lucky to have a
Yeah,
safe lifting operation.
yeah, we could say like fail safe and fail lucky, you know. So
Yeah.
if yeah, correct. I totally agree with you. Because we call it fail lucky.
So how many times you are lucky? Yeah, this is true. Like
Yes.
last week I had my client. This is international client, yeah. This is international company, yeah. I don't need to say that the name, the company, but this is quite big company and this is international. And I have to prepare for them inspection checklist, but I don't have any problem because I have this. And I know also many people, they copy paste my checklist. They just delete the logo and they replace with their logo. But wait 1 second. This checklist, this company rules I prepare for my environment. You have to think about your environment. This is just a simple things like wire, let's say.
Correct.
So we open discussion, yeah, because this is just like a system. And also if you read this easy to you for understand, but I want to share with you about my best practice. So for example, wire, we will talk about wire for the next slide. So wire, you know wire for the crane, right? uh when I come to Chevron, I ask to them, how many times you replace this wire? How you replace this wire? What is your parameter to replace your wire? Is it based on time base, or is it based on time use?
Yeah.
Like how many times you use, how many hours you use, right? And then Chevron said, no, we just perform inspection. So we just perform inspection, and if we found a defect, we just replace. And then I just follow them, no, because I just join, no, I just follow them, and it's come up with one case. We just inspect this wire rope. We just inspect this wire rope, and our inspector said this is fit for use. Okay, fit for use. Few weeks later, we have an accident, and then they just hire me, right? And then I asked to them, okay, well now this wire rope just inspect last week, and then the report say fit for use, and now why is accident? And then they said that, oh yeah, that's correct. And then we called the inspector. We called the inspector, and then I asked the inspector, I said, can you tell me how you inspect this wire rope? And inspector tell me this. Okay. And then they gave me a graphic, no, for the wire rope tester. And I asked him,
Okay.
do you know how to read this wire rope? He don't know how to read this wire rope test. And then this is one finding, yeah, when I ran my RCA, and I asked to other inspector with this company, within this company, and nobody know nobody know how to read this chart. Can you imagine this? And then Chevron panic, no? And then they replace this statement. They replaced this statement based on time base. So no matter what, 5 years for the standing rope rule, we replace. 3 years for the running rope, we replace. And then I said that not like this, but the management level said no, we just want to play safe, so we agree with this. And after certain years, the cost hike because this wire still okay, still fit for use, but we
We
replace,
replace. Yeah,
we replace.
exactly.
And
Yeah.
then uh, you know what? We solve this. We start from development people. We develop our people, our inspector. We give regulation to the company. They have to go to take wire tester certification directly through manufacturer. And then we give test to them. By the time they start to understand and we ask them to collaborate with the manufacturer, wire tester manufacturer, um, to interpret the report. And after that, we solve the problem. You know, like before at the beginning, we don't know what we have to do because we don't have the system, right? So, and also this, like for example, rigor. Um, Before people said that in one lifting operation, in one lifting operation, rigor can be signalman. Signalman can be rigor. Okay. So in one group for the lifting operation, there is only crane operator, one, and one rigger supervisor. That's it. And then I asked to them, uh, how you decide like this? And they said, yeah, because rigger and signalman is the same. Yeah, it's the same as a person, but it's not the same as the responsibility. And I asked to them like, do you have the regulation write down in our company? And they said that no, we don't have. So when crane operators sit down on the cabin, they think that rigger and signalman is enough, is only one. So they attach the load and after that they make a hand signal and after that they prepare in the landing area. But this is not true like that. So we can say it like, after that I write down the policy and I say to them, now we have minimum 4 people for every lift. For a routine lift, we have 4 people minimum. So one crane operator, 2 rigger, and 1 signalman. And the company asked me like, why so much? Why we need too many people on site for this for just a simple lift? And I have to explain to them because rigger and signalman they can be the same person, but you have to remember they have a different responsibility. Okay, we have to encourage people. We have to encourage our management. They have a different responsibility. Rigor is all about the handling and securing and moving the load, and then here the signalman is only make a hand signal to crane operator. So it is very important in our organization. We have dedicated rigger, and then we have dedicated crane operator, and then we have a dedicated signalman. Before with Chevron, a crane that operate by remote from outside. There is no cabin. So one crane operator operate, and he also become a rigger, and also he become a signalman. So there is only one person operate this. This is many years ago. So it's not um it's normal. It's normal if you have a lot of accident, if you have a operation like that. You don't know how many rigger you need, you don't know how many signalmen you need, you don't know how many crane operator you need, you don't know how many set lifting specialists you need, you don't know exactly all of this because you don't know how many lifting activity you need every month, every day, every week, every month, every year. You don't know how many lifting operation you have. When you know how many lifting operation you know, and when you know how many lifting operation you have every day, every week, every month, every year, it's easy for you to allocate it. How many crane operator you need, how many rigger you need, how many signalmen you need. Why this is important? For efficiency, for production of your people. To avoid people, to avoid you hire a lot of people and they are doing nothing on site. Do you agree, right, Paul and David? So this is
Yeah.
very important. I asked to our team before, I'm curious, every day, how many lifting activity we have? From all sides, we have 44 platform before. 44 platform. And sometimes
Massive.
44 platform Chevron in my country. Remotely, a big platform. This is not include our contractor, crane bars, drilling rig. This is not include. If you don't have lifting management system, you will chaos, man. Drilling activity need a lifting operation, marine operation need a construction job need, and all of them they have their contractor, and all of them come to you, and you don't know anything about your data. And I asked to at the beginning, we have a 6 monthly inspection, 6 monthly inspection, and after that, after 6 months, we still have unvalid color code. And I asked to them, how many lifting equipment we have? Oh, I don't know how many. Yeah, this is we have only 10,000, but this is not updated. But why? If we have only 10,000, we know exactly how many inspector we need to perform inspection for 6 month duration, right? I said. But why more than 6 months we still have a uninspected equipment, right? So it's like weird, no? So that's why it's very important. And when they realize this, we start to develop lifting management system from beginning, step by step. All our contractor, we socialize our lifting management system, and we have a zero accident at the end. And also our productivity is very well, it's very good because we know how many people we need, we know how many days, how many weeks we need, so there is no downtime, there is no downtime. Okay, I think that this is training and personal development. So for training personal and development, we I already mentioned before, like we have to understand objective of training in lifting operation, and then core component of lifting operation training program. What is the core? What they need? Okay, and then key roles requiring training in lifting operation. Like for example, core is of course equipment operation and handling, rigging practices, safety protocol, communication, equipment inspection, equipment and operation handling is included with the engineering staff, and also key roles. SSME, what training you need? As a lifting engineer, what training you need? As a lifting supervisor, what training you need? As a SSC officer, what training you need? Project manager, rigger, crane operator, all of this what training you need. To avoid, you take the training but you don't use, right? There are so many manager they wanna take a crane inspector by government. Before, manager they have a complete training, and this is paid by company. Okay, and then when I start to develop people, I asked to our manager, sir, I'm so sorry, but I have to ask you something. And then he said to me, yeah, yeah, go ahead, go ahead. I know that you take crane inspection training issued by our government, and this is paid by company. And he said, yes. Do you use this certificate? And he said, no. So you don't use the certificate, no? You never go to site to perform any kind of inspection crane, right? I said, yes. So why you take it? Because I just want to learn. Okay, but the company pay for you and you don't use this. But the other people, your employee under you, which is very important for him for this certificate, they don't have the certificate. And I asked to him, like, what do you think if we oppose site? So now, because you have a you have a crane inspection certificate, so any kind of inspection crane, I will send you to site to perform inspection because you have the because you have the certificate. And then he said to me, no, 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 I don't like to do this job. You don't like to do this job, but why you take it this job and company pay for you? And this is just wasting money. Is it make sense?
Exactly. Correct.
Yeah. So you don't like to expose with the sun, right? It is very hot. So what do you think if your certificate you give it to your team, even though this is just contractor, like a contract people, not full time job, but they need the certificate. And then surprise me, there are so many people like that. And then I asked to Chevron, like, can you believe how much we spend to send people to take this certificate and they don't use? And Chevron pay for this. And then at the end, our senior management said, "Oh my God," because a senior management they just sit down, no, they think about the production, they think about they don't check down, no. This is not their job, right? This is not their job. Someone asking for this, as long as you are employee, okay, I approve. But it's not efficient like this. David, do you agree, right? Also, you have to be careful when you send your people to go to training and you have to pay. You have to really think about, is it important for them or not,
Sure.
right?
I agree
This
with
is
you. I agree with you.
this is very important. Sometimes the lack of focus for this from us as a management, no. And then type of training program for initial personnel. So people complain, no, like we don't have a good person. We don't have a good person. Wait. Do you have a very solid personal development or not? Personal development program or not? So start from initial training, refresher training, on the job training, and specialized training. So there is a fourth training that you have to think about. What is initial training for your people? What is the refresher training for your people? How about OGT when you hire people? How about on the job training that you offer to them? And what is the specialist training that you have to give you have to give to them? And also certification and competency assessment. How you assess your people, because when they finish their certification, you as the manager, you have to do competency assessment, regular assessment to evaluate them, yeah. Regular assessment also to evaluate their skill and knowledge of the lifting personnel. Okay, and both use can be theoretical and also practical. So don't rely only with the certification, but you have to perform also assessment for your people. Assessment is very important. Also for your contractor, you have to develop also assessment program for them. So this is the personal development strategy that I developed for Chevron before, like a continuously learning culture, career pathway, mentorship program, and also performance monitoring. So this is four that I developed for Chevron before, personal development strategy. So I start from people. And then implementing a training program. So I need assessment. I need assessment. So when I find that many people take a certification not rely with their job, I start to develop training matrix. I start to develop training matrix and then approved by our senior management. So every job I specify what the training metrics for them, and I schedule regular training internally, like. But I collaborate with several training provider before, so establish a schedule for initial refresher and specialized training session for our people, and also use experienced trainer. Yeah. So for the trainer, I have my specification. Qualification for our training for our trainers, so it's not just everybody can come to our site and doing a trainer, so of doing training. So I make a specific regulation for this. Use experienced trainer and monitor and evaluate, continuously monitor training effectiveness through assessment, audit, and incident review. So I always perform assessment, audit, and also incident review. So from previous and until now, decrease or not our accident rate. If still the same, there is something like there. So it must be decreased because the more competent people that we have, so the accident will decrease. Okay, so this is what I did before. After finding that I have, this is what I create for Chevron. And now we go to equipment integrity. So equipment integrity, lifting equipment integrity refer to ability of equipment to function correctly, properly, and safely without risk or failure, malfunction, or breakdown. Okay, this is so we have to know um, inspection is the same. Like certified people, not guaranteed that they are qualified. Also, inspected equipment is not guaranteed that they have a very solid integrity. You can do inspection, but it's not guaranteed that your equipment still safe. There are so many reasons behind that. So first is safety. Why you need this? Why you have to perform inspection for your equipment? Of course, safety, compliance, operational efficiency, and the last is cost saving. So this key factor: equipment age, frequency of use, environmental condition, inspection, and maintenance. Okay, this one key factor affecting equipment integrity. Equipment age, frequency of use, environment condition, inspection, and maintenance. So I don't know. In my country, we have so many equipment with aging, like 40 years old already a crane, 50 years old crane. We have a lot. So of course, how we inspect, how we maintain is different with not aging equipment. I think that like David, you are a inspection company. I believe that you agree with me. But one question for you, David, how you treat aging equipment with do you treat different old equipment when you perform inspection? As you still mute. I think that you have to unmute.
No, sorry, I was on call.
Yeah.
So what
So
was the question, sir? Come again.
the question is how you treat old equipment when you have an inspection.
Well, when you look at the current procedure we are using right now, should be 10 years newly. 10 years. If past
Okay.
10 years, take it out.
Also for the crane.
10 years. Yeah, the same with the crane.
Okay. So in my country, for the platform, for the pedestal crane, we still have like a 50 years old or 40 years old. So I said to them, like, we have to really be careful with this equipment because this very old equipment. And if you really like apply 100% from international standard, I think that is also very difficult because the aging, right? So that's why I encourage before our inspector um, to communicate also. Or myself, I communicate with our crane manufacturer how we treat this equipment because they are very old. I think that we must treat them different with not old equipment. More strength, yeah, more strength acceptance criteria, more strength acceptance criteria, and we have to do like assessment also for them. I think this is very important. And also like this is inspection and testing procedure. We have a pre-use inspection, we have routine inspection, we have periodic through inspection, and also we have load test inspection. So I always encourage people to do pre-inspection because pre-inspection is more important than routine inspection. We cannot say like we rely only with a routine inspection, but we have to also think about pre-use inspection because pre-use inspection is like daily activity, right? Daily inspection, daily use inspection. So before we use the equipment, we have to perform pre-use inspection. If we realize like in report in equipment inspection report, there are mentioned like this equipment fit for use now, like now during the inspection. So we have to be careful with that because after that our equipment condition is really depend on how our people treat them, how our people storage them, and how our people use them. It's not our inspector anymore take responsibility for this. So that's why pre-use inspection is very important. And also like periodic through inspection, this is like a semi-annual and annually inspection. Load testing is only for new crane, alternate crane, or also certification. And then this, so I think that like David is very well understand about that. So be careful with the inspection report that issued by our inspector. Is not you can see, you can read, they can mention like this equipment safe for use only for today when they perform this inspection, because after that is really depend on us, depend on the owner, how you treat your equipment, how you use your equipment, how you maintain your equipment. So pre-use inspection mandatory. When pre-use inspection perform, pre-use inspection for the crane every change the crane operator safe, and also pre-use inspection for the lifting gear before they use. This is very important. Okay. Do you wanna say something, Paul?
No, 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 no.
No? And also maintenance and repair best practice. I mentioned here preventive maintenance, corrective maintenance, and also maintenance record keeping. Yeah. So preventive is very important. Follow a preventive maintenance schedule based on manufacturer recommendation and equipment use. Sometimes preventive maintenance is not really followed by us. So that's why we can see that so many crane not fit for use, or also even when we want to use them and then we cannot use them because they are under maintenance. And also corrective maintenance, promptly repair or replace defective part identified during inspection. So like a corrective maintenance, why this is very important, why maintenance program is very important. When you have all of this, preventive maintenance, corrective maintenance, maintenance record keeping, you understand your stock. So for example, if your inspector reject your equipment, you understand very well about stock that you have to avoid your crane shutdown. Because quite often I found that when our inspector reject and we need quite long time for shipping spare part, especially for crane with aging, yeah, with old age. So this is very important to understand. When we have preventive maintenance, corrective maintenance, and maintenance record keeping, easy for us to stock our spare part to avoid our crane shutdown or our operation shutdown. For example, if we don't know like our stock for sling, let's say, I also see this very difficult, yeah. So that's why maintenance is very important. Inspection and maintenance, they are best friend. And also this is all about equipment equipment integrity, use of sensor and monitoring system, automated alerts, and regular audit. I know some crane, uh, based on my experience before, like load moment indicator, they don't have a proper load moment indicator. They have load moment indicator, but they not calibrate very well. So if you have, but you don't have calibration properly, how you know that your load moment indicator is still proper, right? This is very important. Or sometimes our crane operator, they bypass the critical component. So if overload, there is no alarm for overload. There is no alarm for overload. So this is very important. So this is a monitoring equipment integrity. How we know that we are on the risk. We are on the risk. Regular audit. This is also very important. Sometimes people, they rely only with inspection, but not really for audit. Okay. And then also,
Um,
yeah.
Sorry. I just want to ask you, Diane and
Mhm.
David, about I mean equipment like pre-alert, something like that. If someone will do like override system to bypass system and say the rated capacity, let's say the rated capacity is only 50 tons for that particular configuration, and then they want to override the system so that they can lift up to
More
55. Uh, yeah, I don't know if you heard about integrating to IBMS. Have you heard that one?
integrating or
Integrating on IBMS. IBMS. The
I
moment that they will override
oh
the
yeah,
system. Yeah, you
yeah.
will receive an alert that there's something wrong. They bypass, you know, or they override the system.
So based on my knowledge, before, our crane operator quite often doing this because they wanna do some job very fast, so they bypass. So when they perform overload job, there is no alert, there is no alarm that give you sign that this crane operator bypass the system. So this is the additional tools that you can install on your crane. And also like emergency stop. Also, not all crane provide, not all crane have emergency shutdown. So also this you can add to your crane outside the cabin. So if, for example, you see that start to like what I said, tipping because the overload. So people
Yeah,
from outside the cabin can start to push the button, and then the system will stop immediately. But but Chinese crane, not all crane have this system. So
yeah,
Paul, you have to check you have to check on your crane if provide the system or not. And also like automatic alarm,
yeah,
if your crane operator bypass the system, they cannot bypass this because the alarm will start to be ring.
yeah. Actually, there is a system as well. Sorry to cut you off, Diane. The moment they will bypass, normally there will be a light, yeah, a red light, the same
The
alarm
alarm.
sounds.
Mhm.
But there's also a switch that they can also
Directly
turn off the
off.
alarm.
Yeah, they have.
Yes,
But this is you have to ask to the crane manufacturer. It
yeah,
depends. Uh, So I'm curious before. I'm curious why so big different Chinese crane and also European crane price. Okay,
yeah,
this is very
exactly.
different. Okay. So I'm curious about that. So I asked to the manufacturer. So if you talk about European crane or American crane, they have the parameter of safety, including that the system that you said. So
Yeah,
if this is overload, the crane directly off.
yeah,
Okay, directly off. So the system is
Okay.
very high. But for the Chinese crane, you can you can build up the system that you need. You can build up the safety system that you need. Emergency shutdown system, this is one of the system that you need, Paul, like directly lock the crane and crane directly cannot operate, not off, but lock the crane. So all the system directly off. So you cannot operate the crane anymore. Emergency shutdown, if people see from outside, there is potential risk and there hit directly the button and the system, all the crane, this is directly off. But this is additional. You have to ask to your crane manufacturer to install that crane, that
yeah,
tools. So
yeah.
you have to check
Actually,
your crane. Yeah.
yeah. Actually, we already implemented that one. I mean, our lifting team, I mean, lifting engineering department team,
Mhm.
they implemented 2 years back, and the result, I mean, it's really positive. The effectiveness rate is really high.
Mhm.
It reduced, the incident rate, because they cannot, I mean, the operator cannot no longer, to bypass
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
override the
That's one.
system,
Yeah,
because the moment that they will bypass, it will directly send an alert,
yeah. Send
okay,
alert
to
and the
the
crane
concern.
directly lock.
Exactly.
The crane directly
So
lock.
there will be I mean, serious consequence management if they
Mhm.
will do an override system, if they will bypass system, or if they will, I mean, shut off the safety critical equipment or devices.
Yes.
Consequence management will be subject for termination or subject for disciplinary actions.
Yeah. There's
Yeah,
so
correct.
many diseases. Crane operator
Yeah,
doing this a lot. So,
indeed.
but not all crane have this system. Not all crane have this system. Not all crane. Even though emergency shutdown, no. I asked this to one of the crane manufacturer from China, and they said, if you need this system, we can install for you, but this is additional cost.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is
It
additional.
depends on the safety features that you
Yeah,
required.
yeah, 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 yeah. So that's why they can sell you with the cheapest price because you have to build up the system, the safety system that you need, and they can provide for you. It's like a puzzle, they can provide for you the highest safety system that you need, so the price will be go up. So sometimes the company, uh, not all company rely on that. They only think about the price. So that's why people said like, oh, why Chinese manufactured crane is cheap than European and American crane? Because European and American crane, you get what they provide for you. You know what I mean? They already have the parameter. But for the Chinese crane, you get what you need. You get what you need. So it depends with what you need. What you need, we can provide for you.
Mm.
Is
Exactly. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So this one,
It's
this.
more it's yeah. I mean, in short, it's more on quantity. It's more on quantity than quality. Yeah.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. So that's why I said that I can provide. So I said, oh okay, yeah, yes, yes, ma'am. So you can build up the crane that you need. But if you need by the time if you need additional system, we can install for you. So it's more flexible, but not for American and European crane. I don't know, David, in your country in
Mm.
Uganda, do you have a lot of
Oh,
Chinese crane?
actually, when you look at most of the contractors here, they have Chinese products. They have the Zoomline cranes and the XMG. Those are the most cranes we have at the plant. Whereas Also have another company which have Terex, which is Terex cranes. Uh, they're also there. But going back to what Paul actually was trying to mention, here the only way, the only mechanism we put in place, people not to override, is that we've reduced the number of folds on the sheaves. So
Okay.
what we've done, we've reduced them. So if the crane is 50, we've reduced the number of folds now to 40 or 28. So you
Yeah.
shouldn't exceed by that. Then
No.
another
Okay.
thing, what
Mhm.
we've also done, uh, all our cranes, they come with the load moment indicator or the lights. So the
Yeah.
moment you go into yellow, you say, you guy, first reduce, put down, it lowers down. So
Yeah.
those are the only mechanism we've put in place. And also, the moment you exceed, there's an alarm, very audible alarm. It will
Correct.
give an audible alarm until you stop. So those
And
are one of the messages.
I
Mhm.
just want to add in that, David, and trust me, a smart operator, they will do and they will bypass.
Oh
And
yeah.
even though you have
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have the audible alarm, you
Yeah,
have
yeah.
the visual, indicator, again,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
they will switch that button. Trust me,
Yeah,
they will
yeah.
switch the button 100%.
Yes,
So
yes.
they want to
Yeah.
complete as quickly as they can.
Yeah. Me, I feel full with this. I feel full with this because I always fight with my one times,
Yeah.
one times I fire him in Chevron. I fire him. And then he sent me message like, if you fire me, I kill you. Yes, yes. It's like, and then before Chevron said to me, I cannot go to site
It was a
for,
big threat.
yeah, I cannot go to
See?
site for several months until fix this because this already 3 times. I give him a warning already
Mm.
3 times.
Yeah.
He did always like this. What I can do, like basically this is this crane operator working for logistic because this very must be fast, right? For
Yeah.
Mhm.
logistic warehouse.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
this
Yeah.
is very difficult. Offshore, no, but warehouse logistic, this is their job. Bypass.
You know, why they want to do it their job as quickly as they can because they have KPI. They have
Yeah,
KPI to deliver the cargo
yeah,
within,
yeah, yeah,
let's
yeah,
say,
yeah,
within 72 hours,
yeah,
within
yeah,
48 hours. So they need
yeah,
to, comply with their KPIs.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. This is a logistic. This is always like this, like a bypass, 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 like this. So yeah, well, but this LMI, I think that the tools is in LMI also with very good LMI. They have this one,
Mm.
so we have to check our crane. Um, but we cannot push because crane provide with this system it will be high, yeah, the price will be more expensive than the crane without this. But safety is all about cost, right? Like now we
Mm.
said like lifting equipment, yeah, the quality of lifting inspection is come back again depend on training and personal development for inspector, and then
Mm.
a documentation management system that our contractor have, which is, for example, here we have an inspection company, David. So the quality of inspection that David can give it to Paul, for example, it depends on
Money.
personal development that you have, David, right?
Mm.
Establish lifting management policy in your company, David.
Mhm.
Engage qualified inspector that you have, and also how you maintain your people. So when
Yes.
you have all of this, so of course you can deliver very high quality for Paul
Mm.
as our client, right? If you don't have all of this, of course, the quality of inspection that you have, it will be lower. And at the end, Paul will complain with you. And at the end, you will lose the contract. It's kind of like
Yes.
that.
Mm.
So, yeah. And then for Paul, the benefit is enhanced safety operation, compliant insurance, improve equipment longevity, age your equipment, right? And also cost saving. At the end is cost saving. When you have your equipment, you improve equipment longevity, extend the life of lifting equipment through the proper care, inspection, maintenance. So you will have cost saving, yeah, minimize cost associated with repair, replacement, and also downtime. So you see the connection, right, between David
Mm.
company and also Paul company. It's kind of like that. This is very, very clear, no? Yes.
Yes, I want to give a scenario. Here I have an inspection company,
Mm-hmm.
which is doing for us inspection and trainings. But from what I've seen, if you want to do a refresher, they don't come physical. They give you an online interview or assessment,
Mm-hmm.
which I believe to me is still rubbish because you've not set individual's mind, but you're just giving them a
Mm-hmm.
paper,
Mm-hmm.
which I believe that the standard of the refresher training or the trainings is still deteriorating. So, in my view, I would feel that this kind of training needs to be phased out. What do you guys think?
For
Yes.
me, okay,
Mm.
I think that for me, yeah, from my side, now I have a lot of online training, but this is only for management system and also engineering, because engineering and management system is more about formula calculation.
Yep.
But at the end, I give it to them capstone. Capstone is about the mini project that they have to finish. They have to finish to make them understand more about the class. So the capstone, it will be representative themselves in the project. This, but for the crane operator, for the rigger, welder, no, you cannot do this is online. You have to directly on site.
Yep.
This one from my point of view, because rigger, you cannot say to rigger like, hey, look, this is how you connect a shackle to the webbing. You cannot say like this. This is
But
so and
maybe during the COVID-19, I would say yes, because we don't have
yeah,
other options,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
at this time, so we should have a face-to-face, especially for job
yeah,
skilled,
for the
yes.
you cannot teach a crane operator by online. You cannot. uh you can teach them engineer, yes, you can. Management level, you can.
Yeah.
Safety management system, you can. But for the class doing exercise, you cannot. Like a rigger, they have a practical class, you cannot. For engineering, practical class is capstone. So that's why, like Paul, you have a lot of capstone now. You have a lot of capstone. And then
Really,
this is,
I have
yeah,
a
and
hectic,
this is
a hectic
really like
situation.
this is your mini project. So engineer, you will become qualified if you can do your project, right? Rigger, you can be qualified if you know how to handle the lift on site, like uh, doing slinging and rigging like this. So of course you have to go on site. Assessment, yes. If you have to do assessment for rigger and crane operator, for what I said, for the practical side, yeah, for practical people, you have to go to site. You have to go to site. But like I said, engineering, Assessment for engineering is very easy. You just give them a capstone, not A, B, C, D, yeah, not multiple choice, like capstone. If they, you know, I have to tell you, I can say that engineer is very smart. Okay, so
Yeah.
so this is just happened 3 days ago. One of our people, our participant Paul, we give capstone.
Uh-huh.
You know, our capstone is really technical, right? It's real project, no?
Yeah. Which subject? Which
Yeah, it's
program?
really project. And
No,
then
which
this
program?
engineer that you have, engineer mobile
Ah,
crane stability, you know, like he
okay.
upload he upload this capstone to Chat GPT.
Really?
Yes, he he upload this capstone to Chat GPT. Okay,
Oh my
and
God.
then he prepare nicely a capstone, and then he send it to Nelson. And you know what Nelson said? I know he asked Chat GPT for this because he's wrong.
Sorry to laugh, but
Because he's wrong.
it shouldn't be. Yeah.
You eh, Nelson noticed that this wrong. You cannot rely on ChatGPT because how we teach you is about how to solve this capstone. We don't care the answer, so that's why we never give you a time limit for your capstone. We
Yeah.
give it
Yeah.
to you for free, your
Yes.
capstone, because we give it to you the capstone. We don't care the number. We don't have a we don't give you also like a score, right? You don't give you the score. We don't give you pass or not pass. Because what? Because what we need from you is you understand how to solve this. We don't care the number. So we said to you like you can open our website, our FDP consulting website, and you can see the answer of the capstone. Mostly you can see the answer. But I can say that you not get benefit if you just copy paste from people because you don't know how to do this. You don't know how to answer this, right? You don't know how to answer this. So assessment for engineer like that. So we give it to them capstone. You upload to ChatGPT. This is your this is
My
your
God.
problem, man. You upload this to ChatGPT. This is your problem,
Yeah.
man. So that's mean that you don't know you don't like to study, because we don't give you like pass or not pass. We only ask you to finish your capstone so you understand how to answer this. So
Exactly. Yeah.
assessment for us, but for the rigger, crane operator, welder, operator, for example, no, we have to face to face.
Diane, I have to ask to all the students, I mean, previous students of
Us.
FDP or something like that. Do we have a group or like membership that we
Yeah,
can
this
connect
is
each other, you know?
yeah, this is what
We
I
can
wanna create
share
now.
knowledge, impart knowledge there in the group. Do we
Yeah,
have that one?
not yet. So that's why this is what I wanna create. I wanna create the
Ah,
community. This is what I wanna create the community, and then we will run also free webinar one times per month. It
yeah.
depends. For example, David, if you wanna share your knowledge to our community, you can tell me like, "Hi Diane, I wanna share my knowledge to you. Uh,
Very
can you
important.
prepare?" And I can say, okay, this is free for all of us. Well, this is
Yeah,
important also for you to build your personal brand and also for your company.
it is
Uh,
true.
yeah, and also to practice your skill to speak in front of people. So also like
Mhm.
yeah, like Paul, for example, I want to share my knowledge. Also I can help you for this. So this is like it's not only uh, paid training, but also we can give it to free webinar for our member. So
Mhm.
our member only, like for example, what I wanna offer is like one times registration for lifetime. So only one time
Interesting.
register for lifetime, and as after that you can get access to community. We can discuss all
Mm.
together there. Free webinar one times per month. And if you wanna become a resident expert, you can contribute to produce your video, and then all the
Mm.
member can buy your video. And if you member, they will get a 20 or 30% discount. Also, if you
Mm.
wanna create your own book, you wanna become author or publisher, it's okay. You can create and we can sell in our community.
All
So
right.
yeah,
Excellent.
so we open this, we open for our participant also. Like for example, David, you said that I wanna sell inspection checklists in I don't know, some of Africa you speak French. Maybe you wanna say I wanna deliver training in French language. Go ahead. You can create your video, and then people from France can buy your video. So
Okay, very interesting.
membership is only one time paid forever, and then you can become
Mm.
like a big community for the lifting operation worldwide. Yeah, something like that. I wanna build like this. So no stop learning, no stop learning. And then resident
Yeah.
expert, it will be according to your strength. What is your strength? So you will become resident expert for this, like this. And then you can use this as your platform to build your personal brand, also to build your leadership, also to build your product also, kind of like that. Now it's like a, so you see, me as a business owner, I need a system, because my company just a start, so I'm not thinking about that. But now, after 6 months run, I start to thinking like, oh, I need a system. So now I start to develop the system for my company. What I start is from community, build up community, and then try to give award for the community. Like I will give like a top badge, if you contribute a lot for the communication, you sharing knowledge, so I will give you like a top badge for you. And if our team, after they study with us and they get promoted from their company, and I will feature them in my LinkedIn, so
Oh,
all people can see.
good.
Mm.
Yeah,
Good.
all people can see. Or for example, I have two students from crane operator, and they are very smart, and they really wanna go ahead with the engineering, and I feature them. I feature their profile in my LinkedIn. When they study in the cabin operator, someone take
Ah,
a
yeah.
Mhm.
picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
this is real, yeah. This is real story, yeah. This
Yes.
is
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
yeah.
I
I
saw that
feature
one.
them, so people can notice them and also can influence other people to do the same. Even though you are crane
Mm.
operator, your future still there. So I wanna
Yeah.
really make a strong, solid community for us. It's not only about business, but it's all about grow together, no? Grow together. So this is what I want in the future. So if you wanna contribute in this community, feel free to join. I think that this is not conflict of interest, because you create your own video, no, and then people will buy your video, and you share your knowledge, what you have, books, for example, you write down books. Look, books. You don't need to write down 1,000 page of books. Nobody will read this.
Mm.
Okay, you can start to write books like simple, one chapter,
Yeah.
one cell. If you sell
I'm
like 1,000 page, nobody
No one will read.
reads books. Believe me.
indeed.
So
Indeed.
yeah, nobody will read your book. So you just
Mm.
simply create one 30 page, 40 page, you sell $10, for example. But accumulation of your book, it can be like a 10 book you sell because you have 10 chapter, for example, and your book at the end will become $100.
Hmm.
So you don't need we don't need to wait until we have a thousand page and we sell because people not going to
Hmm.
read. It's just wasting this. So just create a simple or maybe like Paul, you are expert in SSG, for example. You can create a template for SSG, for example, a simple template that encourage people, and then
Um,
you
to
can
be
post.
perfectly honest, Diane and David, I'm really planning again. Because right now I'm really busy right now. I have also NEBOSH diploma. Apart
Yeah,
from that, I also have ISO, lead auditor trainings, three trainings. Apart
yeah,
again,
yeah,
there will be another NEBOSH. So many things in my mind right now.
yeah.
So inshallah, we'll see. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Yeah. So feel free, if you wanna do this is okay.
yeah,
So
hmm.
this is what I want, like build up community with us, build up community so we can see that and I'm not close like only for English, also for people speak Spanish, people speak French, because you have your own market. People speak
Hmm.
Tagalog, you have your own market, no?
okay,
Yes,
okay.
yes, of course. No, Paul, people
Yeah,
will prefer buy with their own language, I think, right? So
exactly.
open for all. If you wanna deliver in Tagalog language, go ahead. David, if you
Inshallah,
wanna deliver deliver with your own language, Uganda language, go ahead.
why not? Yeah.
Yes, yes, because at the end is all about community. Okay, so now this is the plan. I will create. Hopefully, also I now I create also podcasts. We already have some podcasts, but wait for publish this podcast. I'm registered in Spotify, so you will listen a lot of podcasts, not only about technical but also leadership, career development, business, under FDP because FDP is engineering and business consulting. So like David, if you wanna go to other market, you can listen our Spotify later on or our YouTube how to penetrate your market to other country, for example. Or if you
Hmm.
wanna do some marketing, you can feature with me and you can say, hey Diane, can we feature together? I hire you as my marketing consultant. I'm not your competitor. So I will be happy, like, okay, David, we can be partner for this. So it's
Sure.
this, yeah, because Nelson, Nelson focus for engineering, and myself focus for the business. So myself focus for the business and career development, because what I saw that people in this industry, we stuck only in several position: crane operator, rigger, SME. SSG,
Hmm.
supervisor. That's it. We didn't see the other position. Man, this is a lot. You can be crane engineer. You can be product development manager. You can be a country manager. You can be a business development manager. You can be a director of sales. You can be a marketing engineer. There are so many things that we can apply. But the question is, do you know how to go there? Product development, you are expert in technical, manufacturer company love with you because you know the market, you know what we need for their equipment, so you help them to develop their market, to give innovation for their market, to give feedback to their market. From where you give feedback for them? From your expertise on site. What you need, start from why, and you can easily to tell to Lieber, for example, or Crosby, for example, hey man, market need equipment like this, and you become product development manager, product development specialist. So it's not only SME. SME now, the salary decrease because so many people want to take it SME, but they don't know. Market becomes saturated. Market becomes saturated. All people want to take SME. And at the end, supply higher than demand.
Yeah, it's more again, it's more on quantity than the quality, you know. It's
Yeah,
a
but
business,
shift it.
at the end of the day.
Yeah, if you shift it, become Lean Six Sigma export for lifting operation, I believe that is very limited person understand about Lean Six Sigma expert for the lifting operation,
Sure.
right? So
Sure.
that's why I love to become like career development consultant also for us to open your mind. We have a lot of position that we can fill.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
It's not only now I'm doing my Lean Six Sigma. I have my Lean Six Sigma, I have my MBA, and then this is very also engineering, and this is very good tools to offer cost efficiency for the company. Easy for me at the end to analyze which component you have to reduce to make your profit more high. And one of this lifting management system. So many of us just like, oh, I want to become a crane operator, I want to become SME, I want to become CPLO, I want to become this. This is already too many people working for this, no? Too many people working for this. You have to think different, man. You have to think different.
Indeed,
Try to
indeed,
become a lecturer.
indeed.
Yeah, try to become lecturer. There are not there. I think that not so many us from our industry to become lecturer, specialist lecture for the university like this. So anyway, this is because only three of us, so we can talk about our experience also. So this now we continue with this data. If you see, I cannot find the real data because I believe that some company they try to hide, yeah, the accident that they have because it's related with company brand. Okay, they hide. So this is the data that I get. So is this a lot of people die with the crane accident. So that's why this is our job to create and implement a lifting management system in our industry. And also, David, for example, we can partner for lifting management system consultant together. We can be partner. Like I don't have my company representative in Uganda, so maybe you can be my representative in Uganda. So I can come to visit you to Uganda and stay in your country for several weeks, for example. But you have to ensure that I'm safe. I safe go. I safe come back to US. I'm scared if I go to Uganda and I cannot come back to my family again. Right? So this is your authorization to ensure that I come back home safely.
Very
Yeah,
interesting.
we can
Actually, uh, just give us opportunity. We do the marketing for the lifting operations management system training. We
yeah,
market it.
yeah,
Maybe I don't know when you're free.
yeah.
But Uganda is a peaceful country, and
Yes.
we welcome you by the way.
Yeah, so we can collaborate. We can do sharing
Oh,
profit. No,
yeah.
50-50. That's okay. But you say, well, now it's not to be safe. Now it's not to be safe. This is the industry life, no? When you
That
hit
is
this,
true.
when you hit this level, Paul, you you will love entrepreneur, no? But yeah, we can sharing like a 50-50 is no problem. Also here, like here we can go also to Middle East, to everywhere, no, like our engineering team is very very well. SPMT, we have an expert also. Nelson is SPMT. Next, for the SPMT class for English, Nelson will take over this class, not Nandar anymore. Nandar is more about operation. So engineering is Nelson. So it's more powerful. So we can also get this like SPMT engineering job. Vandal is already too many job, no? Vandal already too
Yeah,
many job. Now time for us to take over this job. So okay, so this is the data accident. Can you see this? This is a lot. So the
mm,
data cannot lie. Yeah? Data cannot lie. So
mm.
why this happened? Well, first of all, I can say that management commitment. We don't have a commitment. We are as a management, we don't have a commitment because maybe we think about profit, 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 profit. So
Yeah.
number second. But when you hit the accident, you spend more than your profit. Believe me, this. You spend more than your profit. Okay. So this is the key risk in lifting operation. Actually, the key risk is only this, yeah. Equipment failure, loss instability, human error, environment factor, and unforeseen situation. So it's only five. I try to categorize to five. So we have to minimize. We have to minimize the likelihood of accident, ensure safety and comply. Okay, and of course protect personnel and equipment. Yeah, this is more about theory, but when you have implementation, this is start to be a little bit complicated. Not complicated, not because of the a lot of technical, a lot of calculation. Complicated because mindset of people doesn't care about this. So step one, we have to, of course, yeah, we have to do risk identification. We know, Paul, you are expert for this, for SSG. I'm sure you are already know very well this. I think that I can go through like summarize for this like risk identification. Do, I just wanna bring awareness for us. You can read this slide presentation is easily, but I just wanna bring awareness for us. Do you know, or I think maybe you have any experience before, or
Okay.
maybe you not agree with me, feel free. But from my experience, a lot of us from our industry, they don't know how to identify the risk.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm wrong or not, but they don't know how to identify the risk. This is this is our job as a management level to teach them, to coach them how to identify the risk.
Yep. Agree.
So I believe that you can read this slide presentation easy for you to understand. I just want to bring us, since all of us is management level here, I just want to bring us how bad our industry. Why I ask to people, no? Why risk identification is important? And I ask to them, how you identify the risk? And they don't know how to identify. They just only focus with
Like a horse.
yeah, like horse.
Yeah. Yes. Output, output, output.
But this is not identify the risk. Start from small, even small risk. Start from when you prepare work permit, there is already potential risk, right?
Yeah.
They don't know how to identify the risk. And I asked to them, what is the tools that you use for risk identification? What is the tools? They don't know.
Mhm.
It's easy. Tools, checklist, pre-use inspection. This is your tools. So that's why I say to them, do you know pre-use checklist that you use before you execute the lifting is part of tools for risk identification? And they said, oh, really? So that's why you have to do this job properly. They
Yeah,
don't
totally correct.
how bad our industry. They don't know when they go to site visit, they site survey. This is part of the tools for risk identification. They don't know this. Team communication is crucial. They don't know. For example, when I go to site many years ago in Indonesia, and also even here, uh, Signalman and crane operator, when they said that to stop the crane, they don't use a proper hand signal. They say like this, stop, stop the crane,
Sorry. Yes, sir.
right? Right? They use like this, stop, right? It's true, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
See,
Yeah, we've seen it.
Yeah,
instead of, like
yeah,
this,
yeah, yeah,
people
yeah,
say,
yeah. Yeah, 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 this. Yeah, this.
like,
You see, you know, it can be big problem. If you come to Indonesia, for example, and then you have to working with East people from Indonesia, and you say like this, this the thing that you ask them for fight,
yeah,
and this is
yes, I agree.
communication is crucial. So try to use a proper communication when you work. Sometimes they do like this,
Yeah.
right? Stop, 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 like this, or sometimes in my country, if you say like this, they think that, oh, you asked me to fight, you wanna cut my my head. So
Yeah,
this is a risk identification, right? So when you have a good communication with with your team, so this is part of risk identification. But most of us, they don't care about this. Assessment,
exactly.
assessment also, learning from the past accident also, and documentation also. So, but we 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 don't know how to identify the risk. This is our job, to teach our team to identify the risk properly. Not only sit down on the meeting room and identify. And then some of management level, they are not invite crane operator or rigger or signalman or the labor on site to join with us during risk identification. They think that people at office ready enough to do risk identification. No, it's not enough. We have to invite them. We have to go to site. Risk identification must be done on site. We have to identify the risk and invite the crane operator, signalman, supervisor, all people involved in the lifting operation sit down together and identify the risk. Not only engineer, SME, manager, SSC people to identify the risk because we don't know what happened on site, right?
Yeah,
This is the
correct.
job. I don't know from your side, Paul, or for your side,
Same,
David, how you identify the risk.
same. It's a group. I mean, it's a execution team who will develop the risk assessment. I mean, it's a group of the execution team.
Execution team. Yeah, we have to do this because before I saw that previously, uh, someone who prepare risk identification oleh SSC people, lifting engineer, and then also manager, SME. Only this. Crane operator, rigger, no. So I encourage people now, involve them. And then I try to guide here pre-lift inspection risk. We start to identify, start from equipment condition, load integrity, site-specific risk like ground condition. So at the end, they have to understand the basic lifting engineering to able to
Yeah,
identify the risk. The
correct.
question is, do they understand basic lifting engineer? Do they understand the ground solid condition? Do they understand to assess the ground stability? Do they understand or not? Do they understand the check load characteristic? Examine the load weight, shape, size, identify the COG, securing and rigging, inspect for wear and tear. They understand? This is
Yeah.
a big question.
Yeah, it comes to the competency and assurance assessment of the people
Mm,
who will be,
yeah,
competently involved in the operations.
yes. Like yesterday, there is one guy asked me, ma'am, you said before heavy lifting is 75% from crane capacity. What is crane capacity? Is it the same like safe working load? And guess what? He is a lifting supervisor.
Mm.
David, you smile. Now you touch your head. Now you touch, but this is real. Can you
I
believe
get
this
it.
question? Can you believe this question? We are a management. Think about that. Lifting management system is a lot of theory, but also the most important is awareness. Do we
Yes, sir.
understand the weakness of our team? This guy asked me, and suddenly I text Nelson and I said,
Mm.
we are in the big problem because they don't know what is the difference from safe work or safe working load and crane capacity. This is real. So as a management, sometimes we don't need to ask our team difficult question, just ask a simple question. Because when they don't know how to answer the simple question, don't expect that they understand the biggest question, right? And so suddenly I explained to them what is the crane capacity, what is the safe working load, and after they ask me again like this, what is the offer front crane operation? What is the offer front crane operation?
Was the response.
Can we go ahead with offer front crane operation? They ask again like this. So they don't know about offer front, offer rear, offer side. They don't understand about this.
Mm.
Okay. How they identify the risk if they don't know the basic, man.
Yeah.
So identify
Again,
the
it's
risk is not only, now we understand, yeah.
Mm.
Identify risk is not theoretical. Identify risk is technical job. Do you agree with me? Technical risk, identify risk is part of technical job because people
Mm.
not understand how to identify the risk if they don't know the basic calculation of lifting engineering. If they don't know the basic foundation of the lifting operation, don't expect them. It's clear, yeah? It's sad. It is very sad. And you know, this again, I hate to say like this. Uh, last week, no, 2 weeks ago, there is one company in my country asked me to do assessment for their people. And I asked how assessment that you need. And they said that I want to make a upskilling program for our inspector. Okay. Pre-test, post-test, and also after that assessment. And I did for them. Okay, I did for them and I said that, do you want to offline or online? And they said, no, for us, this online is okay because I need you to do this job. So I don't need anybody. I need you to do this job. So I did this job, no? They have a LEA certificate. They have LEA certificate as an inspector. But post-test, 50%. I assess 10 inspector. Post-test, 50%.
really.
Yeah, really. Really. The company is small? No, the company is big because only big company can send their people to take layer certificate for more than 10 inspector. Okay? If the
Exactly.
company
Correct.
Later,
is small,
later
they don't have money for it. But
is my charger.
10 inspector, they send it to me. Post test, all of them get a range 50, 60, 50, 60, and 70. No one more than 70. The topic, what I give it to them, lifting gear inspection, mobile crane inspection, cargo carrying unit, fundamental safe lifting operation.
Right.
Okay. Finish, post test. After pre-test, post test. Pre-test, I give it to them multiple choice. And for the post test, I give them essay. So I know what they are thinking about, right? Directly face to face with me. So no time for ChatGPT. Okay? No time for ChatGPT. Okay? And then and then some of them good, but there is 3% get 40. And then when I give it to them, I give to the management, and the management said, can we reassessment this person? Can please we reassessment this person? And I said, okay, I can do it reassessment. So now I reassessment them now. So we know exactly, right? Like even though you have a last certificate, whatever certificate you have is not guaranteed that you are understand your job. Be careful with this. Okay.
Indeed, indeed. I totally agree.
Be
Yeah.
careful with this. Be careful with this. So that's why if we say about identification the risk is about before we ask people to identify the risk, we have to understand if they are qualified or not for the job. They understand or not the basic concept for the lifting operation. They understand or not for the safe lifting operation. If they don't understand, don't invite them for identify the risk because they don't know what they are doing. Our industry is a mess. Our industry is a mess. Look, they have to understand obstruction, overhead hazard. Overhead hazard. Also yesterday, people asked me about overhead for the crane. They asked me about, I will post in my LinkedIn all the questions that I get yesterday. All the questions. And you can see the silly question that they asked me. So they ask about headroom for the crane. They ask about the boom length for the crane. Is their job? You think that they are just fresh graduate? No, Some of them are SSG. Some of them a safety guy. Huh? It's sad. You know why this happened? Because it's very easy to get certificate now.
I agree. Nowadays it's easy.
And then you know
Even
what?
Even us in Uganda, the same.
Yeah, and you know what? Now the participant control the certification company. If like me,
yeah,
I'm quite strict. Like now at Paul, I'm not yet give you certificate because you not yet give me capstone, right?
yes, yeah.
Unless you tell me like this, Dian, can you issue my certificate? I'm not going to finish my capstone, so
No, I will
I'm
do it. I
happy.
will do it.
I'm happy if you send me if you issue certificate for me just for attendance. I will issue it for you. As long as you not give it to me this, I'm not issued your certificate because I'm not sell the certificate, but I'm sell for you is qualification. I love to see you understand the concept, right? So,
Yes.
but it's not many company like us. Some of them, um, if we give it to you, the strict point like this, you not come back to us for training or for upskill your knowledge. You will tell to people, oh, you don't need to go to FDP consulting because it is very difficult to pass from them. They are not issued certificate if you are not doing the
Exactly.
teaching exam.
Yeah.
You know, because I love with you. I love with your future. I wanna see you grow. So that's why I create like this. But now, no like that, yeah. No like that. Now the participant control the training provider. So it
Yeah.
is said,
I want to give you an example, Diane and David, even in the HSC industry right now,
mm,
it's difficult because of the competition is really, really high.
mhm,
And most of the people right now, they have a good qualifications. Okay. This much bang, 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 diploma, bang, 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 bang. This, I don't know what type of, some qualifications that they have. But the moment they will be on the site, trust me, You'll be shocked. You'll be surprised.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
You know, but the
yeah,
qualifications that they have
yeah,
is like this. You know,
yeah.
but
Certificate and don't, yeah.
oh my God,
And then also our industry, I spoke about this in my podcast. Later on, when we start to publish our podcast in Spotify or in YouTube, you can listen this. I spoke about why many engineers stuck, not going up to management level. I explain all about this. And if you go to, I'm so sorry if I have to say, in Middle East, for example, Indian people, they have a lot of certificate. We know very well, right? So, like for example, no, if I have a webinar free, people directly said, when we get the certificate, and I said to you, hey, you come to my free webinar to get the knowledge or to get the certificate? I asked them like that.
my God,
Someone have to speak out.
yeah,
Someone have to
really
change
embarrassing.
this.
Really embarrassing. You know.
Someone have to change this. We cannot stay with this condition, like, because the salary will decrease.
Exactly. That's the problem.
Too easy to get the certificate. The salary will be decreased. And
Yes.
we have to,
Indeed. Indeed.
my
Indeed.
salary before and my salary now, if I come back to industry, now is a down, yeah, low.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I feel like, oh, wait. So people said like, you're not scared if your upskilling program, people said like, no, you don't need to go there. I said no, because I speak about how to make you qualified. Sometimes I said to people, no, one guy asked me like this. Um, I don't like to join with your program because your certificate is not fancy.
What? Not
My
what?
certificate not fancy.
Fancy.
Yeah, fancy. Yes, yes. Not looks professional. And I said to him, okay, so can you tell me how many certificate and how I design certificate for you? I can design for you and I can issue. How many certificate do you want?
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is from from your country, from Middle East. No, from Middle East, India,
From
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 India.
Philippines or what?
No, 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 from
Oh.
India.
All right.
And I feel like, oh man, so I can see like, okay, you only think you, and I say to you, come to my class. I give you free, and I wanna see if you can answer my caption or not. Yeah, why I strict like this? Because when you go to site, you have to able to identify the risk. Okay, you have to able to identify the risk, because when you identify the risk, you don't use your certificate, you use your mind.
Yeah. You see Dian in Lincoln, you observe this much of, good qualifications, they putting their name, bang, 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 bang. But, but reality, it's opposite. Trust
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
I know.
yeah, yeah. So that's why I
Very,
said, here, if you see here, there are so many components that if you have to identify to make your risk assessment qualified. So it's not only you qualified, but your risk management process must be qualified also. How you get risk management process qualified? Start from your people. Okay, start from your people. So I know that some people, they don't like with me because I'm too vocal, I'm too strict, because I love with your life. I don't wanna see you accident on field, no? Someone, my mentality is a mentor. I'm not saying like everybody need money, no? But for me, money must be equal with quality, with commitment,
Yeah,
with
that's true.
integrity.
You're
We
right.
cannot, and I don't want to destroy my name. I don't want to destroy my company.
Yeah.
Everybody can say, okay, I go with Miss Dian for training, for upskilling my skill, but at the end, she speak about safety in their LinkedIn. But at the end, she's the same with anybody. You know, like, so
Yeah.
for me, to my client also, I said, this is my standard. If you happy, we can go. If you're not happy, I'm not going to take this chance because for me, the integrity is number one. You can destroy my name. You can say anything you want outside, no? And people start to don't trust with me. People start to unfollow me. People start to upset with me, and you destroy my career that I
Really?
built for 20. No, if I did wrong, it can be like this, no?
Okay. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's also you, David, because you are also business owner. Be careful with service that you provide. Okay, so this one,
Yes.
human and organizational risk, is the operator competency, lack of communication, lack of supervision. I spoke about competency people because we have big problem with this. Big problem. I don't know in Uganda, but in my country, even here, we have a problem with that. And then also this equipment specific risk, safe working load, compatibility, equipment failure, emergency risk, unexpected event. Unexpected event, there is one story, um, crane operator. This is real story, yeah. Crane operator said that I have a problem with my health. And then the manager pushed him to work. And then he did. He got to site, he worked, and then when he sit down on the cabin, not doing any lifting, and suddenly he got a heart attack and passed out in the cabin. Can you imagine if this is happen when he still operate the crane and bring a load and suddenly he died? So be careful with this, yeah. If your team said that I'm sick, don't push him to do job. Stay at home and relax. And then why we have a, oh, and this is also another very important that I have to tell you because all of us is a management position. What is the difference between lifting drawing and lifting plan? Many of us said that lifting drawing is lifting plan. No, it's not. Many people pointing on me and said that I'm not agree with you. Lifting drawing is lifting plan. I said no. Whatever you said, I said no. Lifting drawing is not lifting plan. I don't care. You are a man. You are. I don't care. How you what is position. But I have to tell you that lifting plan is not the same with lifting drawing.
Correct.
Mm,
Lifting plan is comprehensive document. Lifting plan
yeah.
consists of lifting design, lifting engineering, lifting drawing,
Yes, the
visual
drawing.
inspection, planning, a
Mm.
schedule,
Step by
competency
step.
people, certificate of equipment. This is lifting plan. Lifting drawing is just drawing for you to visualize your job. That's it. Risk assessment is part of lifting plan.
Exactly.
So people always post lifting drawing as lifting plan. I said to them, shame on you. You see LinkedIn, no? Lifting plan, lifting plan. And I text them, do you understand or not what the difference of lifting plan and lifting drawing? Stop make this organization, stop make this community mess. Don't say lifting drawing is lifting plan. And they said, no, no, you some people they don't obey, like but this is our job to clarify this is wrong. Lifting drawing, you cannot see any risk assessment in lifting drawing, man. You don't see this lifting procedure in lifting drawing. So how you say that this is lifting plan? And I said to them, oh, you, shame on you. Someone have to say and clarify this is correct and this is wrong. Okay, like us, no? Tell them. Inadequate lifting plan, this means that missing detail. If you said that lifting drawing is lifting plan, so I can tell you, you missing a lot of details. You missing a lot of details. So that's why at the end, cost to prepare lifting plan is very cheap. Because people think lifting plan is lifting drawing. This makes sense? David, you prepare lifting plan and they offer you cheap price because they think that lifting
No, no,
plan
no.
is easy as it is. This makes sense, David?
You, no, you can't do it for me, by the way.
Yeah,
And
because
if you
we
if
destroy.
you give me the drawings as a lifting plan,
Yeah,
of course that very day you'll have a warning letter.
yeah.
Trust me.
We destroy our industry. We destroy our industry. But if you tell them lifting plan is not lifting drawing, to prepare lifting plan, I have to do this, the cost will be high. So, stop to say lifting plan is lifting drawing. I saw that many people post lifting drawing in LinkedIn and they said lifting plan created by me. No, some of them is created by me. But I don't say anything to them. I don't say that. Yeah, some people say like this. Yeah, they delete my name. They delete my name and they forward. I don't know what you. For me, I don't care. I don't care. You can copy paste. I don't care. But the important for me is you have to understand what is your forward. This is not lifting plan. This is lifting drawing. Even in the US, they don't understand this. I can tell you this. Now, after we identify the risk, the next is the assessment, right? So now I ask them, I ask to people, do you understand what is the difference between risk identification and risk assessment? Also, people not understand what is they think that risk identification is the same with risk assessment. But it's this different. Identify is just identify. Assessment, you have to categorize this is become insignificant, minor, moderate, major, or catastrophic. This is assessment. How you assess the risk that you identify, how you assess them become minor category, moderate category, or major category, or catastrophic category. They don't understand this. Maybe some of them understand, but some of them is not understand. They don't know what is the difference between lifting plan and lifting drawing. They don't understand what is the difference between identification risk and assessment risk. It is sad, right? But this is real, yeah. This is real. This is our problem. So here I can say that assessment, we talk about metrics, and I believe that not many people understand about metrics. So I think that is important to explain to our community about risk metrics also, because mostly risk metrics is handled by safety people, right? But I think that also our industry, like lifting people, they understand the basic concept about risk metrics. What do you think, Paul? I think that it is important for us to
Right.
encourage them
I,
to understand.
I fully agree. Correct. Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
because it's not too many people understands. Look like this step in risk assessment process. Hazard identification, yes, this is part of them. And after that, we have to, the purpose is identify all potential hazard and example of hazard, what is this, and evaluate the risk. If this is likelihood or severity, or maybe, yeah, this is like a likelihood or severity. And after that, we can go ahead with risk matrix. So what is the purpose of risk matrix? Use a risk matrix to categorize risk based on their likelihood and severity. I believe that not many people understand to use this. Even though this is lifting supervisor, not understand about this. Like what is risk rating scale? Even in the business, yeah, we have to understand to evaluate, to assess the risk that we can take it or we leave it. If risk is still in our acceptable zone, we can take it the risk. But if not, we can leave it the risk. This is also for the business, also for the life, right? So here, like a low risk, medium risk, and high risk. Low risk, likelihood of occurrence, like rare, unlikely, possible. This is the column 5.5. I give an example. So I think that people have to understand. So how we said that this lifting operation is low risk, medium risk, or high risk. For example, medium risk. If we go up with high risk, how we can minimize this high risk become medium risk? And when we come up with medium risk, we still accept it or not? I think that not so many of us understand about this concept. And
Correct.
I think that is important for us as a management level to cascade down our knowledge to them to help them understand about risk assessment. Because if you don't know how to identify the risk, you don't know how to assess the risk. And if you don't know how to identify and assess the risk, your lifting plan is a mess. Because risk assessment is part of lifting plan, and your lifting plan become unqualified lifting plan because there are so many missing details on your lifting plan. And after that, if you successful with your lifting, is not only because you comply, only because of your lucky. I can say this vocal because hear the truth. What I can say to you, I have to say that our industry is good. No, it's not good. There is only few company can say that good. Let's say like a Mammoth, okay, good. Serens, okay, is good. But many company, they don't have a proper system for them. So risk category like this, what is the risk category for us? This, yeah, like I said to you before, overloading, mechanical failure, lack of maintenance, load instability, improper load weight, poor weather, unstable or slope ground, obstruction, lack of operator training. So all of these risk categories is related with previous discussion. So that's why lifting management system is like a chain. You cannot break even one. They are connected each other. If you break one, you just lucky. Competency, procedure, and equipment, they are connecting each other. Risk assessment is part of procedure, yeah. And then risk evaluation criteria, likelihood level, like rare, unlikely, possibly, likely, almost certain. So this is, I think that people not understand this also. Severity level, what is this? Insignificant, no injury, minor equipment damage, minor, minor injury, slightly damaged, moderate, major, catastrophic. So maybe all of us think that all lifting operation is insignificant. So that's why we don't care about lifting plan, right? Including routine job. Routine job, level of the risk, insignificant. And at the end, we come up with catastrophic because accident.
Yeah.
Right? Why this happened? Because we don't know to risk evaluation criteria. We think that all risk for the lifting may be insignificant or minor for the routine lift. At the end, major and catastrophic. Why? No identification risk, no assessment risk. Oh, I did this job 1,000 times. Why you give me this? Huh? I'm more expert than you. Me, when I wake up from sleep, I go directly. Even I'm not really wake up, I know how to do this job. Many
Yeah.
crane operators say like this to me.
Diana, I just want to add here, maybe it's be valuable points, point about environmental risk.
Mhm.
These are the most common issues in the construction industry because some of the, the engineer or lifting engineer or operator, they never considered about underground utilities, existing underground utilities,
Yeah. Right.
especially with the fiber optic. We have an incident,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
will not mention which country.
yeah,
It
yeah, yeah,
costs 150 million US dollar for only 2 days
yeah,
because of that.
yeah, yeah, underground. Yeah. This is
Underground is
also,
very crucial.
yeah, this is also happened with me before. When we perform lifting operation, we have pipe underground, and this is live. We have to be careful with this because this underground pipe and this is a live. We have to be careful, yeah. If a drop object happen and hit the pipe, it will become a major catastrophic for you. So underground, this is really important. Thank you to let me know this. I will add.
Yep,
Maybe I
please
will open discussion.
add. Yeah,
I will
it's
open
a
discussion.
nice, but valid point.
Yeah. I will add for my LinkedIn post also. We talk about underground risk, yeah, during lifting operation, because sometimes people they don't check underground, especially
No,
when you set up the crane. You have to be careful
yes,
with underground,
yep,
underground hazard. So that's why we have to understand, no, how to identify, because hazard is come from everywhere. It's not only from the surface but also from the ground.
yep, correct. Yeah,
So be careful with this. And then after we identify the risk, we assess the risk, and we have to control, right? We have to put control measurement for this. So when I say like this to people, they say to me like this, oh, it's not simple like I'm thinking about. You see, they think that risk assessment is simple, simple. They don't know about risk identification. They don't. They think that okay, I sit down here, I can analyze the risk. Okay, what the risk? Oh, wind speed. Okay, wave. Okay, what else? Incompetent person. Okay, this is normal. Do you think about balance control? Do you see about COG? Do you see about ground support calculation? Huh? If you not understand how to identify the risk, you don't understand how to assess the risk, you not understand how to control measurement for the risk. You don't have any clue or idea what is this, how I control this leaf, right? So this is the link, no? Identification, assessment, controlling, right? And this is
correct.
part of lifting plan. This is part of lifting plan. So how you said that lifting drawing is a lifting plan? Man, I have headache with all people like this. They not understand even what is lifting plan. So how you can prepare a good solid lifting plan? So if you know how to control the risk, I'm sure we don't have a lot of accident. But
Exactly.
you cannot control the lift if you don't know how to identify and assess the risk, right? So this is very important. Either you wanna elimination, or you wanna substitute, or you wanna do engineering control, or you wanna do administrative control, or you wanna do personal protective equipment control. I offer you five how to control your risk. Start from elimination risk, substitute your risk. For example, you can change from using manual handling, for example, and you see that it is potential, and you should substitute using the crane, for example. It's more easy. Or for example, you wanna use a crane bars and you substitute with a pedestal crane, for example. It's easy. Substitution. So, or you can do engineering control, or you can do like administrative control. For example, establish safety procedure, provide operator training, enforce protocols. All of this is administrative control or PPE. So I overview for this. Continuous improvement risk control, feedback. Mostly we don't like to listen feedback. When we listen feedback, people said, oh, you give me feedback, so you are not happy with me. No, 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 no. Feedback loops is very important to improve the practice. So for me, before, when I work with Chevron, when we finish with any kind of lifting, I always offer feedback. Can you provide for me feedback what we have to improve for the next? This is very important. Feedback is very important. Audit and inspection and adapting to new change, yeah. Incorporating with new technology, regulation, or operation change. And then after that, this is, for example, a simple example scenario like lifting a load near power lines. This is just a simple example. What is the hazard? Contact with overhead power lines, for example. Likelihood, possibly, depending on proximity, right? Severity, catastrophic, because electrosuction and serious injury or even death. How to control this? Establish a safe exclusion zone around power lines, use signals and clear communication to guide the operator, and they organize power lines if possible. So think about lifting a load near power lines. You need to cooperate with an electrical guy. It's not only you. Not enough only you. You have to cooperate with other experts, right? Let's say lifting a load in high widths. So how to control this? This is just a simple, but you have to make more. This is just example. Like I just want to show you about hazard, likelihood, severity, and control measures. Okay, so all of this, I believe that we have a lot of homework. So benefit of effective risk control, of course, yeah, enhance safety, compliance, operational efficiency, and cost effectiveness. So start from this, maybe from you, David. Do you have like a case that you wanna share from your country, from your Uganda, about competency people for the risk assessment, risk management process?
Well, according to usually what we do here,
Mm-hmm,
the risk assessment are always managed by the EHS department,
mm-hmm,
and they implement them. And then, actually, we have there's what we call the JHEA, the job safety analysis, environmental analysis.
mm-hmm,
So this is usually reviewed every end of the month,
mm-hmm,
and that's where we review most of these risk assessments and the
mm-hmm,
control measures. But before we do anything every morning, there's
mm-hmm,
what we call the pre-start job.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So the pre-start, usually we discuss most of the risks involved in what we're going to do. So
mm-hmm,
usually it gives an insight for the entire team that bit we're going to do a routine, simple or complex lifts. We need
mm-hmm.
to review all our risk assessment. So basically, that's how we've been handling it here in the country. That before you impact anyone into the lifting operations, first review, assess the entire lifting operations, and then you implement the lifting operation, or you kick off with the lifting operations. And then there's also what we call the 5 by 5 step back. I don't know whether you've heard about that.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's also a good system, I think, which I've seen. It has helped the individuals, the guys in lifting operations. And
Mm-hmm,
ideally, what we usually do, you do it in a groups of two.
mm-hmm,
So if you have a group of 5 team members who are going to do lifting operations, so I'd request them to have a 5 by 5 in a group of two. So these individuals, they will go on site, assess, identify, and have the control measures in place for what they have identified.
but
So
do you
I think
invite
it has.
Sorry. But do you invite crane operator, rigger, lifting team, or only safety people?
No, the entire team, the riggers, the spotters, the forklift operators, the entire team.
Mhm.
Actually, it is all that the EHS officials who does not participate in 5x5
Mhm.
step back, but the
Because
the current team they have to participate in.
because like we rely on safety guy, yeah, to do this.
Mm.
But 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 the problem is safety people, they don't understand about the basic of lifting engineering. Not all of them
Yes.
understand about the basic of lifting engineering. So they are not really like competent to identify the risk, right? So that's why
Mm.
we have to come together and sit down together and do the risk management process. So after that, here the step 4 is risk monitoring. So after control and monitoring, what is the tools for the monitoring? Lifting management system is one of the tools, and then equipment load limits that Paul said before also is a tools. Crane safety device also is a tools. Weather condition also is the tools, and safety compliance also is the tools. This is the tools for the risk monitoring. So if there is potential risk, we have to think about what is the tools to control this, to monitoring this risk, like emergency shutdown for the crane, automatic lock for the overload, load moment indicator, crane safety device, all anti-two block. All of this is monitoring the load. So anti-two block, why we said that this is monitoring the load? Because when anti-two block not function well and they hit the top and it's not function well, and the load will bring up the boom and it will be failure. So this is monitoring. We monitoring the potential risk for this. And also like weather condition with weather forecast, we monitoring the load, right? And lifting management system, of course, this is very solid tools to monitoring the risk. Because like I said to you before, you have a solid database. From the data you understand very well how to monitor your risk, how to monitor your people, how to monitor your procedure, how to monitor your equipment from the data. And all of this is in lifting management system. But challenge is complexity of operation, resistance of change, and budget constraint. So sometimes people they said, nah, this is too complex. I don't like to do this, or resistant to change. We are good with this. We don't have any accident with this. We don't like to change. We don't like to change. And also budget constraint, because when you think about improve your safety, of course you have to spend money. But think about if you not improve your safety, so you have to spend costs for additional costs, right? You have to pay this also for unbehavior. This you have to pay this. And then the last is the contract. Why contract also is very important? Because a contract for the lifting this include with the project definition and scope, regulatory and safety compliance, roles and responsibility, equipment and inspection requirement, risk management and liability allocation, work execution plan, performance metrics and KPI, and also payment terms, communication and dispute resolution. So you know why contract also very important, because quite often it happen with us, we don't have a good contract for our job, especially for the small company. Yeah. So when we want to execute the job, we realize that, oh my God, equipment, we don't have enough crane for this job. And then also we said that, uh, for example, I have a contract and I give it to David. No, but my contract is not clear. Explain what you have, what David have to give it. Paul, maybe you have a very good contract because you are working for the big company. Like me, I just start, no? So I'm, let's say I don't know how to prepare a contract. And then when I come to David and I said, David, can we collaborate to inspect I have a small project here, I said, and can you provide a crane for me? And then I'm not clear mention about capacity for the crane that I need, audit process that I need, competency person that I need for David, work execution plan, how many weeks, how many months is not clear. KPI and performance metric that I want is not clear. And at the end, it is clear, but I don't know what I have to do. I don't know what the scope of the project, for example. So I said to David, um, my load is only 100 tons. No, not only 100. Let's say 50 tons. And I said that maybe with 250 tons crane is enough, David. So can you provide 200, no, 50 tons, yeah? So I said that maybe with 100 tons crane or 125 tons crane is enough for my job. And then David started to say that, are you sure, Dian, it's enough 125? And I said, yes, it's enough. And after that, David, you provide for me 125 tons crane, okay? And then this crane arrived on site. And at the end, I said, "Oh my God, David, I need the radius is long. Your crane not enough. I need 250 tons crane because there is a lot of obstruction that I have to avoid." And guess what? Delay. I have to spend money again. And Paul, as a contract, as someone that give it to us for the job, I said to Paul, "Mr. Paul, I'm so sorry. I did wrong calculation for this. I need a more budget for this because before I calculate for the budget is only for 100 ton crane and now I need 250 ton crane." And Mr. Paul will complain to me, "Are you understand to prepare contract or not, Miss Dian? Because you make me headache. You need additional cost for this."
But actually, the
Hmm.
moment the contract will be agreed and signed, there will be no longer will be changed,
Nah, you
no
see,
longer will be amended.
yeah,
Let us fix.
that is fixed. And my problem is I'm not going to do very well with Mr. Paul job because I don't get any profit. I lost, you know. And at the end, in my mind, do you know what? I tell to my team, do it this fast. Do it this fast. So do you see the crucial of the contract? Do you see the crucial of the contract, right? So
Indeed. It-
we have to understand what we are doing with this job because this has happened with me. When I worked with Chevron before, deep water project. Paul, can you believe this, David? Deep water project. They not ask me and they not involve me for the create the project. Okay. And then we come up with I don't remember how many tons crane, but when this rig arrived in Chevron premises,
Mhm.
the crane not enough for lifting.
Oh,
Because what? They forget to apply dynamic factor.
oh,
Okay. But
okay.
the rig, West Brani rig arrived already in Chevron and we cannot cancel the contract.
No,
And
you
then
cannot.
yeah, and then they pushed me to accept this project, uplifting plan. And I say I cannot because it's already overload. And I try to think about how to minimize the risk. I asked to them to dismantling some parts, and the dismantling some parts
Yeah.
without apply the dynamic factor, I already reached 99% from crane capacity.
Mm.
And this is deep water project, yeah, from rig to to tension leg platform, TLP, which is tension leg platform shaking, no?
Mm. Mm.
And then already dismantling, we cannot do it anymore. It's still 99%. And I said to my senior, number one people in Chevron, I come to him and I said, "Sir, I'm so sorry. I have to tell you something. I cannot handle this alone." And then he said to me, "What happened?" And I said, "This is the problem. The crane capacity not enough for this project." And I said, "So you think that we have to send back West Brunei back to Gulf of Mexico? It's impossible, Dian. You have to think how to do this, execute this job safely. because this is a deep water project, and this is the first project for Chevron in Indonesia for deep water. And I just take a long breath and said, oh my God, so now my career will end. And yeah, this is not my mistake because they not involve me for the preparing contract, right? And unfortunately, people to prepare the contract not understand lifting operation. And then
Yeah, they don't.
and then I said, first of all, what I remember is I pray. I pray and I said, God give me wisdom to solve this problem because this is only two decisions. Either they fire me or I resign. And then after that, there is a wisdom come, and I said, okay, let me communicate with the crane manufacturer. And I asked to West Brani for the crane manufacturer email, and I start to email them, and I explain to them what we have. I identify the risk, I assess the risk. I did by myself. I identify the risk, I assess the risk, and I put the control for the risk. And I say to them, I don't know what I have to do because I know that this is risk. This is high risk, and if something happens, this become catastrophic because it's the water project. And then, crane manufacturer come up with a new strategy to help me. And they issued a new load chart for me for specific job, for only specific this job. But they give me controlling the risk. The first is draft vessel. So they make a specific draft vessel, draft for the rig. And then the second, they give it to me. They give it what list and trim vessel. They give it to me, the specific list and trim vessel, ballast control, rolling vessel, wind speed. Wind speed is almost we don't have wind speed. And then they said they issued the new law chart according with all of this. So they said that you have to work exactly with this vessel, draft vessel, how to balance control and so on. And at the end, I did this with 98% crane capacity. The dynamic factor already eliminate with all of these criteria from the crane manufacturer. So draft vessel, list and trim vessel, rolling vessel, wave, wind speed. So you see why I explain to you this, why I share with you this. Sometimes crane manufacturer can issue the new a new load chart according with what you need, but you have to understand how to identify the risk, explain to them, and assess the risk and control the risk, and they can help you to solve your problem. But the most important is don't forget to involve people who understand lifting operation in your contract preparation. Otherwise, you will mess up. I think that I believe, not I think, I believe it's common, happen in our industry. What do you
I have
think,
a
David?
scenario here. I
Yeah?
have a scenario here. That was 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Someone called me. There was an LPG tanker,
Uh-huh.
which I think had fallen somewhere. The truck had fallen somewhere with LPG gas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then this person told me that, David, we need a 70-ton crane. Can you provide? Then I asked him where. He
Mm-hmm.
told me the location where I'm supposed to send the crane.
Mm-hmm.
I told him, no, I cannot send the crane without having a site survey.
Okay.
I told him that site survey is very important.
Mm-hmm.
It will give me the information, and then so it also give me the capacity of what I need to lift.
Okay.
You tell me that you need a 7-ton crane, and you tell me that I'll offer this. It doesn't work that way. With lifting operations, you need to do a site survey. Then
Mm-hmm.
you come out with the accurate figures, and then you assess the risk as well involved in that job you're going to do, then it will give me a potential of how much I'm going to charge you. Listen what? Then they gave me a chance to go and do the site survey. On reaching there, I found that the LPG tanker had turned over. So I told them what? I cannot lift the LPG tanker. Get someone else. Because I calculated the risk involved in the LPG. There are almost like billions of risks involved. Someone's machine, my life as well, very many things. So I told them what? Get someone else to come and do the job. I cannot rescue an LPG tanker
Yeah, you
of
see,
24 tons.
we need
So it's
to,
very important.
yeah, it's very important. So, but sometimes people ignore this, yeah. Sometimes people ignore this. This is very sad. Many of us think of like, contract, lifting operation is just a small job. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's very sad sometimes, especially for big company, which is not the lifting operation is not their core business. So mostly their contract is a blanket. So it's not only dedicated for the lifting operation itself, but it's very important. If you have a project, if you have a job for the lifting operation, you have to invite people who understand about lifting together with you to develop the contract, because mostly lifting operation project include with the removal platform project, for example. So it's not really dedicated for the lifting operation, right? So that's why you think, or maybe lifting operation is include with the drilling contract, let's say, drilling project, let's say. Like before, lifting operation project is part of deep water project. It's not only about lifting operation itself. So that's why they miss to invite people who understand about lifting operation, come up, sit down together with them to develop the project. Or for example, they forget to ask, hey, we have a lifting operation job. Can you give me feedback what we have to do and what we have to write in our project, in our contract? So that's why we need to rise this issue up to make our contract is solid, yeah. And then this is the summary, like optimizing safety, productivity, and budget in lifting operation. Here, I believe this is the last slide. Optimizing cost in lifting operation while maintaining safety require a strategic approach that balance efficiency, compliance, and risk management. Okay, I think that all of us agree with this. And here are the key area to focus on. First is equipment utilization, inspection, and maintenance. Okay, implement preventive maintenance to avoid costly breakdowns, use real-time monitoring to track equipment performance, and schedule maintenance proactively, optimize equipment selection to ensure right crane. This is also correct, yeah. Optimize equipment selection to ensure the right crane or lifting gear to issue for the job, avoiding unnecessary expenses. This is include what I said to you before about contract. Personnel development, training, and competency. Invest in cross-training employee to perform multiple roles, reducing reliance and external contractor. Conduct regular safety training to prevent accident leading to downtime or legal issue. Use virtual or simulation-based training to reduce cost on physical setup for engineering, kind of like that. And then standardize procedure and planning. Develop and follow detailed plan to prevent delay, error, and unnecessary resource use. Implement a lifting operation management system to standardize best practices, and use pre-lift checklist to ensure smooth operation without unexpected failures. So this is the summary for our class today, because this is my picture when I'm young. When I'm still young. But anyway, I'm forever young, no? Even though now I have a lot of gray hair because I always fight with people according with the safe lifting operation. But for me, never stop to speak about safety, because it saves people life.
It's true.
it is save people lives. So this is our class today. I hope that we can bring all of this to our contractor, also to you, David, to your client, or Paul, to your organization, and also to your contractor, so you can see that lifting management system is not only about spend money, but also is also about is budget efficiency, if you understand how to use it. If you understand how to use it, looks like just spend money, but it's not true. If you think about a lot of cost that you have to spend if something happen with your organization or with your contractor. Let's say if your contractor have accident, no, for example, of course your productivity will delay, right? Because they cannot continue their job. So it's the same. It bring impact to you also. So that's why lifting management system is important. Even though this looks like a small part from the oil and gas company, but it will be huge if you have accident for the crane. There are so many costs you have to pay off if something happen. Also for David, also for your organization, you need to create lifting management system to understand a lot of thing within your organization, and you can bring to your customer. And also if you have your lifting management system in place, I believe that you will become different with other company. You can offer also this. No, we have a lifting management system implemented to our organization. So for example, if your client, let's say Paul, if your client, if Paul said, Mr. David, how you identify your person, how you standardize your person is qualified, easy for you to answer because you already have the system. And also, if you have a system like this, if one day your employee resign and you replace with the new one, you already have the system in place. You just tell to the new person, this is the system, you have to go, you have to execute. If not, you rely on that person that left your company. It makes sense, right? So this is our class today. I hope that this class is really useful for you, for your contractor also, Paul, and also for your company. Also for your company, David, is very important. It's very important for you to implement a safety management system within your organization. It will be easy for you to track your quality. And at the end, your goals is customer satisfaction. Customer satisfaction. When you have a very good person, a system, you have a good customer satisfaction. And when your customer satisfied with you, repetitive project will come, right? Repetitive project will come. Because I can tell you, not so many company qualified in our industry, especially a startup company, not so many company. Uh, we have to be different with them, like this. Like how many people involved in lifting operation, and then try to analyze how many people understand about the difference between lifting drawing and lifting plan. You can ask around you. You can ask around you. Hey man, what is the difference between lifting drawing and lifting plan? Or you can ask, do you think that lifting drawing is lifting plan? You can ask. So from this point of view, or you can ask also, do you know, or don't ask, do you know? Pretending you not understand and ask, what is the difference between crank capacity and same working load? I want to see that if people understand how to answer this, because I, re- I notice several people here in within me, around me, they don't understand. So as a management, this is very important for us to understand all of this, because at the end, successful or not, our safe lifting operation program is depend on you as a leader. It's depend you as a leader. So that's why lifting management system class is only for management level. It's not for rigger or crane operator or even engineer. No, this is for decision maker. Yeah. manager, decision maker, because it depends on you. Where you wanna bring, how you wanna implement self-lifting operation. It depend on you, your decision, your decision. You wanna yes, you say yes or no. So it's manager or advisor or principal or SME. Lifting management system is for them. It's not for like engineer. Engineer is okay. It's okay if you wanna learn, but your voice is not strong enough to change the system. You know what I mean? It's not strong enough to change the culture of your company. Must be someone more powerful um, to able to change this, the culture. So this is from me. So Paul, maybe if you have any question, or David, or you now sharing with us, is also feel free to share with me.
Thank you so much, Diane. Again, same, really very informative and interactive the upscaling program. And looking forward for the, I mean, upcoming,
Advanced, yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
advanced degree.
external,
Yeah. We will, so for life like this, we will focus with advanced. But
yeah.
don't worry, even though we don't have live, sometimes we will open also live for the basic. But capstone still there. Capstone still there.
Yeah, by the way, please share it with me because
Yeah.
next week I'll be flying back to Philippines, so the
Oh
timing will
really?
be I'll be going for annual leave, so the timings will
Oh, okay.
be
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
different.
Yeah,
So
yeah, 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 yeah. It will be more like Asia, yeah.
yes, I need to make sure
Like
that will be
you know, my
really.
grandma here Filipino.
Huh?
I call her my grandma. We go to the same church. Is Filipino.
Okay,
Eloisa.
all right.
Eloisa.
Okay, okay.
I call her Bebot.
But okay, all right,
Bebot.
all
I
right.
because he said you call me Bebot. So I have a lot of I love her. She's 75 years old. Yeah,
Oh, mm,
Filipino lady. Uh, she's very nice. She's very nice. And then she's the first person that I met here and really close with me. The Filipino Eloisa
okay.
Ortego
Huh?
Ortego Ortego
Ah, okay. Ortego, yeah, yeah. Okay,
Ortego,
okay.
Eloisa Ortego. Yeah, Eloisa
Oh,
Ortego. So it's
mhm.
like Ortego. So yes, I think that is almost the same culture, right? With us. So I love.
Yeah,
So how many weeks
yeah.
you stay in Philippines?